1 minute warning!
To the Goofball Army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got Goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy!
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, whew.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your Goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs. I am Drew here to give you your play-by-play here, the alternate commentary here, so to speak, for the game here. Appreciate you guys joining in. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, guys. They're going to be going live the entire game here. If you do opening kickoff here coming up here pretty quickly here, as the Giants are, of course, facing the Commanders in Washington today, or I guess technically in Maryland. One of those weird scenarios, same as New York Giants playing it in Jersey. Let's go over real quick for you guys the inactives for the game here. So starting off, of course, you got the big inactive for the Giants today is Andrew Thomas. Of course, Hudson is expected to start at the left tackle position. Not what I'm hoping for. I was hoping for, obviously, Andrew Thomas. I was hoping for the second solution to me would be move Illuminor over to left tackle, put Marcus Bowe over at right tackle. But that's what they're going with. Listen, they signed Hudson to a 2-year, $12 million contract. He's supposed to be good enough to hold down the fort for this scenario, because we all expected this to happen at some point during the season. That's just what happens with Andrew Thomas, unfortunately. Hopefully he gets back healthy soon, and then we're done with these string of injuries he's had. Other inactives, Bo Braid, the safety we picked up recently, is inactive today. Evan Neal, also a healthy scratch in this one as well. So he's not going to be in this game at all. Rookie Thomas Fedone, the second, also inactive. So we're going to have just the 3 of the 4 tight ends here on this. Darius Alexander, the rookie defensive lineman, also inactive for this one here. That's definitely a disappointment, as we're hoping big things from the 3rd-round draft pick there. Obviously, he hasn't looked great in camp so far and, in preseason and all that kind of stuff yet, but also, again, battling an injury. Jameis Winston is not only the 3rd quarterback, guys, he's also inactive technically for the game. Now, keep in mind to remind you all the rule on 3rd quarterbacks. If you're the 3rd quarterback and you're inactive for the game, you still suit up. You can still play if the first 2 quarterbacks are out. So if Russell Wilson and Jackson Dart both get hurt, Jameis Winston is still able to play. But the big thing this means is, not only is Jackson Dart the 2nd quarterback, the backup quarterback, the main primary quarterback, he's the legitimate main primary quarterback in this. Now, they've been talking about also being packages that they're going to use for the Giants here, specifically to get Jackson Dart on the field. So that's going to be interesting to watch there. For the Commanders, inactive Chris Rodriguez, the running back, Ali Cajo, hope I'm pronouncing that one right, linebacker, Kane Medrano, middle linebacker, Trenton Scott, the tackle, George Fant, the tackle, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, the defensive end, who was possibly going to get some playing time today because of other injuries. But and then their 3rd quarterback is Josh Johnson, who, of course, same rules apply to him as applied to Jameis Winston here, guys. So, listen, we've been waiting a long time for this, guys. Kickoff is finally here. So, listen, I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. This is we've been waiting a long time, guys. All this talk we've been having about the Giants and everything they've been doing on the off season here, it's all over. It's all official time to go here. We're in the last commercial break right now. It looks like before the kickoff is about to get started here. But like I said, we do have that. For those who are following live with us here, I am watching it on the NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube. So if that helps you guys also time this out better, so that way, as what I say is going on actually is what happens, you have that option, of course. So let's take a look here. Looks like we're not actually live on Facebook yet. We have to get that rolling real quick here. For some reason, Facebook's having an issue. So we'll get that rolling so that we got everybody on Facebook here as well. But yeah, the keys to the game real quick, guys. If you missed our pregame talk here, the big thing is going to be obviously containing Jaden Daniels on defense. That's going to be a big part of this here. I think the big part on offense on our side is going to be having an actual running game going and controlling the clock and trying to keep the ball out of the Washington Commanders' hands. Keep in mind, they were a top 5 offense last year in the NFL. And you can't exactly say they got worse. They improved the offensive line. You know, they went ahead and got Larry Tunsil at the left tackle position. Drafted Connerly first round pick there for the right tackle position. Went out and got Deebo Samuel to be their new second wide receiver. So definitely some improvements on the offensive side of the ball there. But like I said, we got everything about rolling here. They got everything's back on for the TV here. As they're still talking there. So we got Mac the Giants fan. What up, Drew? Happy game day, bro. Happy game day, man. Good to see you, man. And Mac, if you want to come on with me too for a little while, let me know too. I'll send you the link. But yeah, this is like I said, it's here we go. They're getting the turn of the field going. But yeah, that's loving the fact that we actually got game day coverage here coming. It's been so long, it feels like. Giants deferred, they're saying here on the kick. And apparently there's some confusion because the Giants went to the wrong side to go ahead and kick off. So I guess it's game 1 for the Giants here. I mean, oh my gosh. All right. There we go. Now we're on the right side of the field where we're supposed to be. We're lining up here for that very first kick. It's got Jamie Gill and the punter kicking off. Here we go. Here we go. They're about ready to set here. Kickoff. Here we go. It's officially NFL season, guys. Kick right at the goal line. Taken out to up. Gonna stop him right about the 19-yard line, guys. That's good. Deebo Samuel on the kickoff there. Looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Still think that man's gained a lot of weight this offseason. I know he's not exactly a light wide receiver in San Francisco, but he's getting bigger and bigger. All right. So Washington's coming out on offense here. They're in the huddle right now for the very first, I guess, real play, if you want to say, of the 2025 NFL season here for the New York Giants. We start off on defense. Dexter Lawrence, you can see him there fully ready to go here. Been nice. We haven't seen him all preseason. Lining up in shotgun formation, single back. Got Terry McLaurin in motion. Goes to Austin Eckler. Getting about up at 2, maybe 3 yards. 3 yards looks like based on where they're going to spot it there. So that's Paulson Adebo on the stop there. Now they are showing Nick Allegretti at the right tackle position. That's a position to keep an eye on. Seeing Cosme's been out right now. They're starting right guard. So right guard is going to be an issue potentially. Daniel's going for it. Going to get another about 4 yards, maybe 3 yards, depending where they spot it there. So we got a third down coming up, guys. And that was a design run for Jaden Daniels. All right, so lining up there pretty quick. Going to get another shotgun formation. Got Deebo and McLaurin off on the right side. Eckler single back on the left-hand side there. Jaden Daniels about to take the snap. McLaurin moving over to the left side. And here we go. He's moving around a little bit of pressure. Going to run for it. And he's going to stop. But he's got it. It was 3rd and 1, guys. He's got it. So hard to stop Jaden Daniels when he's on the run on a 3rd and 1 when he started off in pass coverage there. Let's see who had the move there. Yeah, Kayvon went right past him. That's been an issue for Kayvon. I've always felt like he stops being that line of defense there. He's so full throttle at the quarterback. Sometimes he lost his train of thought there. Let's see, about 3-4 yards here for Austin Eckler on a first down. And that's something you got to keep an eye on. Can the Giants actually stop that run? Definitely been an issue for us, that's for sure. So we'll have to see. All right. Shotgun formation again. Single back. Seems to be the design they're going to go with most of this game based on what they're starting with. 2 and 2nd and 5 there. And nearly intercepted. Cordell Flott on the coverage. Now, there we go. That's nice coverage. Nice coverage. As I mentioned on the TV, it is a little bit inside the ball thrown there, but that's nice coverage by Cordell Flott, who had a really good preseason the time he was healthy. We got Abdul Carter healthy and ready to go here. He is his first time in a Giants uniform in regular season. Lined him up in the middle. Actually lined him right off that right guard spot like we talked about there. So let's take a look. There was a little bit of movement, though, looks like. 3rd and 5, got a flag. They stopped it before it even started. False start. 86 on the offense there. So that's Zach Ertz, the tight end. But like I said, I think this is by design. They're looking to go ahead and set up Abdul Carter right on the right guard because, again, it's a backup right guard. You want to give him a little confidence, get going with it there, Now, this time they're moving him more as a middle linebacker position here. So he's kind of, there we go. Now he's pushing up towards the line, but he's standing up. It looks like he's more like a spy kind of thing there. Pass to Zach Ertz. Drop coverage by Javon Holland. Wasn't even the coverage, though. It was just flat out just a drop here. Wow. So we got officially 4th and 10. It's time to punt. Ball thrown a little behind as well. So I'm going to give that a little bit on Jaden Daniels on a semi-bad throw, but that's still catchable. Zach Ertz should have had that. That should have been a first down. Not that I'm complaining, guys. All right, so ball's about the 35.5-yard line there. So they're about to punt it away. Gunnar Olszewski's back to receive the punt. And here we go. Ball's up in the air. Decent hang time there. Olszewski's going to get it about the 12-yard line. He's going to take it out. He's making a couple cuts. He's going to get down to about the 23, 24-yard line there, guys. Talk a little smack there with Nichols as well afterwards, who was the guy who stopped him. That's Jeremy McNichols, the running back, backup running back. All right, so we got our first commercial break here. So that's good, though. That's one of those scenarios where we actually have a stop that I can't complain about that'll start this season here. So you get the one first down, and then you stop them on the next series. I can't complain as far as that, because in the end, again, this is not a BS offense. This is a legit good offense here. So the fact that we were able to go ahead and stop them, not 3 and out, but just getting one first down, that's a win. I'll take that. Listen, anytime you don't get points on the board, I consider that's a win each time the Giants can prevent the points there. So we're about to see the offense here, guys, coming up for the first time. Russell Wilson's official debut, regular season debut as a New York Football Giant here. And this should be very interesting. I'm expecting a much different offense point blank than last year. We have had confirmation that Mike Kafka is said to be calling the plays, at least to start the season. You never know with Dable how long that lasts, but it's going to be a different offensive system. What you saw last, couple of years with Dable, keep him putting his hands in that cookie jar. You're going to see a lot more short throws. You're going to see a lot more screens, a lot more wheel routes, things of that nature. And those are going to set up the deep pass. And the nice thing is this year, guys, we actually have someone who can throw the deep pass. That's something we've been missing ever since the neck injury with Daniel Jones. That used to be a strength of his. That's definitely not a strength anymore. So, like I said, it's gonna be a fun one here. See this, and I'm excited to see this offense. So it's been a while since I've been able to say I'm excited to see the New York Giants offense here. That's been like our issue 100%. So, feel free also, guys, put in the comments what you guys think is going to be the end result of this game. Rob and I kind of predicted a close loss probably for the Giants here, but this is not by any stretch of the imagination an unwinnable game for the Giants. The Giants have always played the Commanders close. The Giants have always gone ahead and been able to make the move they got to make, basically, to go ahead and keep it close. We've had a lot of wins. We've had that one tie a couple of years ago. Thanks again, John Feliciano. We had the 2 losses last year, but that was by a combined 8 points, I think it was. I don't have that number right in front of me, but it was that kind of close game in both scenarios. And the first game we lost without a kicker. We didn't even have a damn kicker. We have a kicker, guys. We have a kicker. It's Russell Wilson under center here to take the snap with Tyrone Tracy in the backfield. Here we go. And it's going to be a run. And it's going to be, he stopped immediately for about a loss of almost a yard. Actually, they're going to move it a little closer than I thought, about half a yard, we'll say. So, not a great start to the offense here as we're talking it up, but listen, that's the Giants for you. That's the Giants for you. You never know what's going to happen, guys. All right, here we go. Second down and 11. They are calling it 11. Russell Wilson again back there, but now he's in shotgun formation. A little bit of talk at the line, and he's back and throwing. Throw it deep for Nabers. Wasn't even close to him though. Marshawn Lattimore was on the coverage. That's him and Slayton were both on the right hand side. He just kind of threw it up the Nabers, but again, nowhere close. So, all right, let's see. One thing I do like, that was Marcus Bowe as they were showing Andrew Thomas in the sideline. Marcus Bowe right next to him. Keep that guy Velcro to Thomas. Let him learn. Use something out of this bad scenario. So the 3rd and 11 here, guys. Nabers up top by himself, but Wan'Dale Robinson is moving off to the right-hand side. 5 seconds. There we go. Quick throw to Wan'Dale Robinson. I don't know why we're doing quick throws on 3rd and 11. God damn, I said it's to be a different offense. That's the same damn offense. 3 and out. 3rd and 11. Let's do a quick route. Let's do a 4-yard pass. That makes sense. Great plan, guys. Freaking morons. Oh my God. That's like, anybody could have told you that was not going to work. If you can't expect to get, you cannot expect to get that kind of, first down and that kind of play. That's insanity. Oh yeah. Punt away though, guys. Punt to receive at the 20-yard line. Flag on the play pretty quickly there, down towards the 30. He was caught about the 20, got down about the 29. Trying to see if I can see anything as far as the penalty. Jalen Lane, the wide receiver, was the one returning the punt. It's the rookie from Virginia Tech. Holding on receiving team. There we go. 10-yard penalty. At least that's something good for the Giants there. That's Jonathan Jones, the corner. It's one of the guys who was slightly injured, I'll say, coming into the game there, the former Patriot cornerback. So yeah, so Giants are going to, at least the Giants defense at least will start in a good position, as Jay says, bench Russ. That's not even Russell Wilson's fault. And that's not me trying to even play size in that whole thing. In the end, that was the play calling. The play calling was 100% the issue there. So, all right, let's see if we can pull up some of the scores here too as well for you guys, so we can kind of go over what's going on there. So Colts are up 3-0 right now on the Dolphins, 9.5 minutes left. You got the Jets up 3-0, about 7 minutes left in the first quarter. No score yet in Jaguars and Panthers. That might be the way it's going to be for a while. No score on the Saints and Cardinals either. The Falcons are up 7-0 right now on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bengals are up 7-0 on the Browns. That's no shocker there. And the Raiders are up 7-0 on the Patriots as well. So, but yeah, as Jason's ugly 3 and out. Yeah, but you can't blame Russell Wilson on the 3 and out when the 3 and out was, with the one play you can say, okay, not a great throw to Nabers, but Tracy just didn't have a hole, didn't have a spot to go on first down. Again, the second down, so one thing you put on Russell Wilson. 3rd down, he threw the ball where he's supposed to throw the ball. He did the play that was designed. That was a dumb play. 3rd and 11. Why are you trying to throw the ball to Wan'Dale Robinson at the line of scrimmage and expecting him to run for 11 yards? That's idiotic. So, as Jason's JMS going to get blown up by Payne. Yeah, he needs some help. This has been a game that would have been nice maybe to go ahead and call up our fullback there and Elijah Chapman. Instead, they did call up Elijah Garcia, I believe, the other defensive tackle named Elijah. As he says, also, I'm sick of Wan'Dale. That's not Wandale's fault either. You're going to blame Wandale Robinson? They called it a dumb play? So we'll see. We'll see. And then he says that was almost pick 6. No, stop. It was not almost a pick 6. Like I said, not a great start for the Giants, that's for sure. All right. Now we got the Commanders about to start their next drive here. Can the Giants get another good drive going on defense? Jason's, I know, I'm just fencing. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. We got 1st and 10 guys for you. Ball again is about the 11-yard line there for the Commanders. Got motion with Deebo Samuels, motion to take almost like an end route, but ends up going to Eckler. Little end around kind of fakery there. And of course, the Giants can't stop the run, so they get about 5 yards on it. Not a very good thing when you're getting 5 yards on, well, I should say for the Giants, not a very good thing. You're going to give it almost 6 yards they gave it, 2nd and 4 to Austin Eckler on 1st down. There we go. Giants getting some pressure, going for a deep throw. Looks like it was a catch there. Well, here we go. That's the first big play there. Chris Moore, the backup wide receiver, who's not even listed on the roster for the Washington Commanders. That's how new he is being called up. Yeah, nice catch, toe tap, Flott on the coverage. So Flott, we talked about a good play in him against Deebo Samuel before. So ball's now about the 49-yard line there, about 49 and a half into the Giants side. Quick route to Deebo Samuel. Going to get a couple yards here. Going to get about 6-7 yards in that quick route there. Maybe Wandale can learn something from that. They're replaying that. It's good. I can try to watch. Yeah, Cordell Flock got burnt point blank on that big play. You can see they're watching the replay. He's moving the wrong direction entirely. He went to go inside. The receiver went outside, which is weird. The receiver didn't even make that good of a move towards the inside. 2nd and 2, guys. Zach Ertz in motion. Looks like about to be fullback. Nope. Going to be a throw. Another wide open. Cordell Flott again. Couldn't see who the receiver was. Noah Brown. Let's see the replay again. And again, horrible coverage by Cordell Flott. Wow. Is he getting burnt bad so far? He took the inside instead of the outside for some reason on that. Again, this is just bad coverage by Cordell Flott back to back. You know, and they're definitely got to figure out something with that second corner position if this is going to keep up. 1st and 10, you got a big formation here. Jaden Daniels design run. And he's going to get about 7-8 yards there. This defense, goddamn, stop the damn run. You know it's coming right now. Yeah. As Jason Flott should be selling vacuums this time next year. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like I said, horrible coverage. 2nd and 2 here now, guys. And we're at the point now where the Commanders are definitely going to put some points on the board in this one here. Ball's about the 15-yard line here. All right, single back formation. Shaka with the single back behind him there. Got motion. Eckler's getting the ball again. And McFadden stops him about 2 yards past it. So it gives up 4 yards on a 2nd and 2. Ooh. It's one thing we talked about with this defense. Everybody's talking about the pass rush. They got to be able to stop the run. This is what's going to happen. They're going to keep on running the ball until the Giants can prove they can stop it. Why would you throw the ball like crazy? And the only way you can force them to throw the ball like crazy is by putting up a lot of points. That 3rd and now is coming back to bite us right now. Micah McFadden, by the way, on the ground to be looked at by the training staff right now with it's like 28 seconds left. Oops, sorry. 7 minutes and 54 seconds left here. Look at the play clock instead of the damn freaking quarter clock here. So commercial break again. Let's see if we got any more adjustments here in the scores here. Steelers are now up 7-3 actually now with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Jaguars 3-0 right now with just over 8 minutes left. Still scoreless. Cards and Saints Still 7-0 for the Bucks and Falcons, with the Falcons being up. Still 7-0 with the Bengals and Browns, and the Bengals being up here. And still 3-0 with the Colts and the Dolphins, with the Colts being up there. Be kind of crazy if Daniel Jones starts balling out, right? So let's see. For those of you who may have missed it, the first couple of games here of the season, you got the Eagles squeaked out a win 24-20 at a really weird NFL kickoff between Jalen Carter spitting on Jalen Carter spitting on Dak Prescott there before their very first offensive snap. Thunder delay, all kinds of craziness there. And then you got the Chargers squeaking out a win 27-21 to the Chiefs. So, a couple of close games here to start the season off here. So let's see here. We're in injury timeout here now, guys, with Micah McFadden being looked at again. So I will see if I can find something here for us as far as news going on from the media people there. But we'll find out. Let's see here. So far, nothing I'm seeing news-wise, so. And apparently, I'm seeing here now, looking at news here, I'm starting to see about Micah McFadden, but I'm looking at apparently somehow when they threw out the big flag on the field to start the game, a guy was on the flag. Got Connor Hughes showing that. That's crazy. But yeah, so far not seeing anything on Micah McFadden, which is actually good news. No news is good news when it comes to this year. But nope, here we go. So yeah, he's actually in an air cast going down. Actually, I will take that back as far as good news. They're just not over Twitter with it yet. He's in an air cast in the leg there. So, they're showing that repeat. Yeah, we're gonna get some Darius Muasau. Looks like here as Micah McFadden is likely out for the game. I haven't heard that official, but I see Jay saying it here. But, that's definitely not a good way to start there, because we're already looking not so good. Now we go ahead and lose a guy who was a starter. So Darius Muasau, listen, the Giants love this kid. So, I guess it's an opportunity for him to show that love back at that point. All right, so again, guys, we got 1st and 10 we're starting with here, with the Giants not being able to stop the run whatsoever so far in this drive. Ball is just about the 12-yard line there. All right. Shotgun formation. Ball snap goes to Eckler and gets about another 4 yards, maybe 5. You got Laramie Tunsil there on the block there, kind of being the lead blocker from the tackle position. And Holland looks like coming up for the stop. Not good when your safety's coming up to stop that, Ooh. Jay says Micah, Florida guy, never going to play for the Giants, probably free agent this offseason. We'll see. Way too early to say anything like that. All right. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Shotgun formation. Should be a pass here, and it is. Zach Ertz with the touchdown. Yeah, like I said, Giants defense not looking good in this drive, that's for sure. Darius Muasau actually on the coverage, the newly brought in linebacker to replace Micah McFadden here after the injury. So, yeah, not a good start for him here. Let's see the replay. Muasau was definitely. So Muasau problem was he wasn't over enough. He went to overcompensate and run towards the outside because he wasn't right over him as he should have been. And when he did that, Zach Ertz, being the savvy veteran he did, went instead of going back outside still like Muasau was going, he turned it inside and was just obvious easy touchdown there. So let's see what the Giants can do. The Giants have to get some points back here, because this is not good. As Chase's tank for Arch. Stop. We're not going to tank for anybody this early in the season here, guys. Plus, on top of that, Arch is not going to come out. I'm telling you that right now. Arch is not coming out. He's going to play into the year. Plus, you're the one who loves Jackson Dart. What are you doing? And he says, Muso and no shot whatsoever. Muasau. But yeah, like I said, really bad showing for the Giants defense. By the way, guys, have you noticed there's a vaunted pass rush? Do you see it anywhere, guys? Like I said, we were kind of talking about this at the end of the preseason and all, how the Giants weren't a dominant pass rush this preseason. People are acting like we're automatically going to be a dominant pass rush this whole year because we got Abdul Carter. There was no dominant pass rush in this. I have not seen it so far now in 2 drives. So, Jason, I'm here to see Rob. Where is he? He's watching the game with his girlfriend like he always does. My wife hates football, so I come on with y'all. All right. All right, so we got Giants going to come back up. Can they tie it up? Can they tie it up? That's the question now. Because now there's some pressure on this offense. And if I see one more goddamn 3rd and 11, and I see someone being thrown the ball at the line of scrimmage, and it's not because there's pass rusher about to hit the quarterback, I'm going to flip out. That's the only reason there should ever be there. Yeah. Only reason you should ever throw at the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 11 is when there's a lot of people in your face, and that was not the scenario. So hoping for a much better offensive output here in this second drive coming for the Giants offense, as they're now trying to tie it up as they're now down 7-0. So we do got a score in the Cardinals Saints, by the way, as the Cardinals put up a field goal. So Cardinals are up now 3-0. So everything else still the same, it looks like, so far on the games, obviously besides ours. So, all right, they're lining up for that kickoff, and let's see what we got. As the other Jay says, stay hopeful. We're trying to stay hopeful. It's hard as a Giant fan. Had too many, burnt too many times. Jason, what the Jalen Jones for a screen pass is leading the guy for a yak. Don't worry about Daniel Jones. All right, kick is off. Whip kick here. And the ball around the 5-yard line, taking it out. There we go. Wan'Dale Robinson, by the way, on the kickoff return. All right. Giants offense. Can they do something? Let's see. No more 3 and out, guys. No more 3 and out. As Jay says, Micah broke his leg in half and we were getting diced by a 35-year-old. Can't even get a yard. Stop. Let's see. 1st and 10. Here we go. Russell Wilson under center. Got Slayton in motion. Rolling out. And pressure immediately and just kind of threw it away. Did throw it in the area of Nabers, so it counts as a missed pass, but just nobody, goddamn. Nobody on Wise whatsoever came like completely, like, you can't do that with Russell Wilson being 5'8" as a quarterback, whatever he is. Oh my gosh, guys. All right. Russell Wilson under center again. Stacked receivers all on the line here. Nabers moving out to the left-hand side, and we're running. Tracy. And there we go. Some positive. Something positive. Push, push, push. About 6 yards on that there, and a lot of that was being pushed. That was probably at about 3-4 yards to start. Took another 2 or 3 yards there just by being pushed. So I'll take it. 3rd down. A manageable 3rd down, guys. 3rd and 4. Hoping they get the ball to Tracy. Don't force it, don't get me wrong, but he's your playmaker. He's lined up in the slot, by the way, with Nabers up on the in the slot on the left side next to Slayton. Got Wan'Dale moving, though, in motion. And here we go. Wan'Dale Robinson with the 1st down. There we go. There we go. We got a 1st down here. There we go. 1st down. All right. So now we got 1st down here. See, that's the kind of pass. If you want to throw to Wan'Dale on a 3rd down, I'm cool with it. But throw near the sticks, goddammit. So we got the ball now about the 33-yard line, 1st and 10. Nabers in motion again. Let's see here. There we go. Got to run. There we go. Got a little bit of hole here. About the 38-yard line. I'll take it. 4 or 5 yards on a 1st down. I'll take it. They're showing here the Steelers against the Jets. Here's the opening drive touchdown. That's got to be fun for Aaron Rodgers to go back to the Jets. Don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers is a jerk, but the Jets didn't necessarily do right by him by the way they brought him into New York just to tell him we don't want him anymore. That's kind of a dick move. Wan'Dale Robinson and Tyrone Tracy both in the backfield as running backs. Tracy's moved out, though, as a wide receiver now. Sheesh. Throw to Wan'Dale Robinson. Breaks the tackle. There we go. Breaking a tackle. Going to bring the ball down to about a 46-yard line. We got another 1st down here. Oh, yeah. There we go. That's 2 1st downs to Wan'Dale Robinson. That's the thing with him. Get him in the right spot and actually have him catch the ball. And I do think he's better than people give him credit for. I do think the last couple of years, him being, stuck with Daniel Jones has not been the great for him here. All right. So now we got Theo Johnson in motion like crazy. You got Nabers moving off to the left-hand side here. Now moving back to the right hand. Scatterboo in there. Scatterboo. Oh, look at him. Great block. Wide open Nabers. Wow. Another 1st down here. There we go. There we go. Scatterboo just leveled somebody in pass protection there. There we go. Listen, that pumps up a team. I love that. It's the replay they're going to show. Look at this. Boom. Right into him. He's got to be a little careful, though. Don't go right in with the helmet, though. Don't want to get hurt. But Nabers, broke this guy's ankles on that route. God damn. And they're showing Scatterboo again. That was a helmet to helmet, though. He's lucky he didn't get in trouble for that. But I love it. All right. Scatterboo's still in now. Set as a wide receiver now. You got 4 wide receivers set. Empty backfield. Here we go. Quick route to Scatterboo, who just barreling into people. There we go. There we go. Woo. This is what the Giants have been missing. There's an attitude like that. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Barrels to 2, 3 people. Love it. About time. We haven't had this in the Giants forever. As Jason, he's not giving up. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. He's still in, by the way. Nabers motion up to the right-hand side. Got Theo Johnson and Slayton on the left. Now Nabers moving back to the left. And the ball to Scatterboo. He's going to lose a yard, though. So Eddie Goldman on the stop there. Lost about a yard. Jay says, that's like Rob when they bring out a pot roast at the Golden Corral. They even have pot roast at the Golden Corral. We talk about it so much. I can't even tell you the last time I've been to a Golden Corral. Oh, my gosh. All right, guys. Shotgun formation here for Russell Wilson. He's got some in the backfield. I think it's Tracy. I can't quite tell. There we go. Another good one. There we go. Robinson again. Another 1st down here. There we go. There we go. It's flagging the play. There's a lot of people throwing around fisticuffs and all here. Hudson right in the middle of it there. Luminor looks like 2. There's a penalty coming here. We'll find out who. I have a feeling this is going to be one of those penalties where it's like, you. We're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. A lot of offsetting penalties using these kind of scenarios. Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah, 3 guys picking and slamming Wan'Dale Robinson to the ground here. And that's when John Runyon, it looks like here, got involved with it. John Michael Schmitz. Like, these guys come into, like, yeah. You can't suplex a player. This is not WWE, guys. So they're all talking right now to see what they want to do. But yeah, you can't be doing that. Oh my God, I got Brady talking about Hulkamaniacs now. Let's see. Personal foul in the defense. Is there another one? There we go. Half the distance. There we go. There we go. They gave it to Marshall Lattimore, who is the guy who suplexed Wan'Dale Robinson to the ground. There we go. Let's see. So the Giants have minute 46 left here. First and goal, guys. First and goal. Here we go. Russell Wilson, by the way, 6 of 8, 54 yards now in the game. Definitely a much better second go around of this Giants offense. Ball's about the 8-yard line or so there. Got Nabers in motion in the slot position. Single back to Tracy. Going right to Nabers. Make the first guy miss. Can't make the second guy miss. Going to lose about 2-3 yards in this. Listen, I'm okay with using our little guys to try to get some yak yards. We got to stop getting behind the line of scrimmage. Losing yards is definitely not good. Definitely not good whatsoever. But yeah, definitely 100% Kafka on this. You can tell. All right, here we go. Second and goal, guys. Still counts the completion for Russ. He's now 7 for 9. All right, Russell Wilson here in shotgun formation, empty backfield. Got Nabers in the slot. Got Tracy was out there as a wide receiver again. See, Washington's got a timeout, it looks like. So commercial break here. So you got timeout there in second and goal, but hell, a lot better than the first drive for the Giants already, right? Let's see if we got any other updates here, score-wise here for you guys. Let's see here. It looks like everything is still as it was here. Not much scoring going on here in the first quarter for teams, as a lot of the games are now into the second quarter. As they're showing a progressive Tommy DeVito commercial, ironically enough, here during the Giants game. That's always fun. I hope the best for that kid in New England. I really do. All right, we're back. As they're in huddle right now here for the Giants. Let's see. Can we get it rolling? Can we get that touchdown? That'd be big to tie this up. Really would be. So balls have just passed the 10-yard line there. So not a huge loss, but that was definitely sucks to lose yards. Got Wan'Dale in motion to the outside there on the right-hand side. And they are throwing the ball to Theo Johnson, who missed it. Oh, that should have been a catch all day long. Oh, my gosh. Third and goal, that'll be now. That's no. Like I said, wide open. Russell Wilson makes the throw. That should have been, don't get me wrong, would have been a first down, but would have made it a very easier, third down probably at the very least. So definitely hate to see a drop. Very simple in a very key situation like that. So Nabers and Wan'Dale on the left-hand side, Slayton on the right-hand side. Third and goal. Russell Wilson in motion. He's going to run for it, guys. He's going to run for it. About the 2, lost the ball. I think he got it back, but about the 2-yard line. On fourth and goal in the 2, would you go for it again? I would. He's got it. Russell Wilson got the ball. We thought so. Listen, love or hate Russ, at least Russell Wilson is giving it something. You can see the effort out of him. I mean, I hate they dropped the ball at the end there, but you see the effort. You see the drive. So that's officially the end of the first quarter, guys, with the Commanders right now up 7-0. Giants are on the 2-yard line. We're going to find out what they do. I think they're going to go for it, personally. Sutton just tells me they're going to go for it. Real quick, guys, while we're at a quarter break here, if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share, tell a friend about the show, guys. We're going to be doing live play-by-play with you guys at probably every single game this season, unless I go up to Jersey for a game. We will have also our post-game coverage immediately after the game as well. With that that'll be with a special guest here, so we have coverage for both the Giants and the Commanders in that as well. It'll be on a different video, though. Just heads up on that. We do it as different videos so we can convert our post game to be our podcast for the audio podcast people as well. Also, just a heads up, you do have to subscribe in order to leave a comment on the YouTube as well. Unfortunately, game day coverage tends to lead to a lot of spam posts and stuff like that if we don't do it that way, unfortunately. So I hate to do that. I hate to like gatekeep it like that, but unfortunately, I kind of have to on YouTube. So, but like I said, we got 4th and 2 coming up, guys, and we'll see what's going to happen. I still think the Giants are going to do it. I think they're going to do it. I'm gonna call. It's going to be a quick route to Wan'Dale Robinson. I just feel like he's gotten enough catches here in this drive that, you know, they've kind of shown they had a little trouble covering him. So I'm going to say it's going to be a quick toss to Wan'Dale Robinson for the touchdown. I'm calling it. I'm calling it optimistic here, guys. It's very rare for me to be optimistic, but I'm calling for it here. We'll see if I'm right. But yeah, this is a much better drive. I'm liking this. Is the kind of drive I expect to see out of the Giants on a more of a regular basis there. And I definitely love the start by Scatterbo, even though I hate that he lost 1 yard on the one run he had there. But you saw what happened. He came up, fired up that whole entire team. Hudson, even the one thing I always say positive about him, even though I don't like him as a player per se, you saw him right in there with the pile when Wan'Dale Robinson got slammed to the ground too as well. That's one thing about him. He will go ahead and show a little fire too. This team's been lacking fire, guys, the last couple of years. It's got it this year. Can they keep the fire going is the thing. So yeah, offense is out there, guys. They are going to go for it. I had a feeling. Got Nabers and Dable going at it there, it looks like, during the quarter change as well. And then it looks like they made up right at the end of it there. All right, here we go. 4th and goal. Got a lot of receivers out there, guys. Slayton and Wan'Dale on the left. Got Theo Johnson and Nabers on the right. Single back to the left with Tyrone Tracy. And here we go. A little bit of a bad snap, but he got it. And Russell Wilson moving around. Got a flag on the field. Incomplete to Nabers, but you got a flag. It's probably going to be the Giants for holding, to be honest with you guys. Just because of the location. If I had to guess. We'll find out. Hands to the face on the defense. There we go. Half the distance. Giants get a chance to do it again. Automatic first down, guys. There we go. That's about as good as you get there. An outcome besides having the touchdown. You look at the motion there on Russell Wilson on the snap there too. Ooh, look at that. It's showing that. That's such an obvious. Took his helmet off even. That's so stupid to do that on that kind of play. Dumb Commanders. But all right, here we go. 1st and goal, guys, on the 1. This should be a touchdown here, guys. This should be a touchdown. Scatterbo in. And here we go. Oh, I thought they were going to go to Scatterbo, but no. Russell Wilson rolling out and throwing it away. Smart play. Smart play. Marcus Bowe in there. This is one thing I hate when you're watching the tele coverage too. So apparently Marcus Bowe is in there as an eligible receiver, and they even list that ahead of time. Why don't they tell people that kind of stuff? But I did see him put his hand up like this again, so I'm pretty sure he's still in as like a tight end, basically. I like that he's getting some little game time here, though. Here we go. Scatterbo. Nope. He's gonna lose about a yard or two. Oof. We're back to 3rd down, guys. And Marcus Bowe on a really bad block on Dorrance Armstrong. Greg Van Roden tried to help him out too. And Scatterbo just walks into Marcus Bowe there. Wagner gets the tackle in the end. Yeah, that's a little miscommunication with some rookies there. Here we go. 3rd down. Scatterbo's out right now. You got Tracy in there on the left-hand side. You got Slayton, Theo Johnson, and that's keep on trying to describe it. They go so fast. Here we go. Wilson throw it away again. He's getting just people all over him. 4th and goal. They're going for it again, though. Trying to see. Slayton was open. Wide open. Wide open for Darius Slayton on the left-hand side. And they are going for the kick. They are going for the kick there. We're going for the kick. We're booing it. We're booing it. Get the goddamn touchdown. Should have had it. 20-yard field goal. So I guess we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna boo, and then we're gonna applause because at least we got some points on the board. Giants still down those 7-3, but just took a ton of time off the clock, guys. Just under 14 minutes left in the second quarter. So let's give you the update on the scores here. So we got Colts are now up 17-0. Goddamn. Daniel Jones. Let's see what's Daniel Jones doing in this whole thing here. 10 of 12, 150 yards and a touchdown in that first half for them. Good for him, man. Let's see. Steelers are up still 10-9 now to the Jets. That's tightened down there. Panthers and Jaguars. The battle of the shitty cat teams. 3-3. The Cardinals are now down to the Saints. The Saints are up 7-3. Woo. Saints, who would have thought they'd have a chance of winning? Falcons still up 7-0 on the Buccaneers. Bengals and the Browns are now tied 7-7, and the Patriots and the Raiders are also tied at this point 7-7. So, all right, now fun thing is going to be the Giants defense. Which Giants defense are we going to get here? The Giants defense who let the Commanders run right down the field in that second drive, or the Giants defense that had a decent stop there on them on that first drive? So obviously doesn't take a genius to figure out. I'm hoping for the first one. I'm hoping for the good drive there, but yeah, definitely. I mean, the Commanders roll all over that defense there in that second drive, and again, can't stop the run, making Austin Eckler look like a really good player still. He's not a good player, guys. Let me be very clear on this. He's a good player still from a passing standpoint as a receiving back. He is not a lead back. Like, legitimately, this is potentially the biggest issue with the Commanders is the lack of a legit running back. And they're just running all over the Giants. Not good. I mean, I get Jaden Daniels is mobile and he's good. You know, it definitely helps the run game. But you got to be able to stop Austin Eckler. Like, Austin Eckler should not be the guy tearing this defense up at all. I mean, you look up Eckler here. Let's see here. He's what, 30 years old? Yeah, 30 years old. You know, last season for him, just over 1,000 yards rushing. I mean, and which is actually pretty good for him, but it's because they ran the ball a lot. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm sorry. 367 yards. I was just saying, I didn't think he had that, and 4 touchdowns. So, yeah, definitely not, like I said, the guy that you think would be tearing up this Giants defense. We got to figure out a way to stop this run. So let's see if I can get the box score up to give you guys at least a heads up soon of where they're at for everybody once we get that. All right. Got Deebo Samuel's getting tripped up, going to get to about the 29-yard line there on the return on the kickoff here. All right, they're showing here the play. But again, Slade was wide open on the left-hand side as they're replaying that third down. Point blank, there's no reason that should not be a goddamn touchdown for the Giants. All right, 1st and 10. Got only about, there we go. About 1.5 yards for the Commanders in that run. Giants actually doing something. There you go. About time. Oh God, how cliche that they're doing the like they act like a political thing with Jaden Daniels because it's Washington. I get it. Here we go. Jaden Daniels, second down, toss it deep. Deebo Samuel got his hands on it, didn't quite get it. Drew Phillips on the coverage. tight coverage kind of forced him to throw a little bit off. Let's see the replay. Actually, I'll take it back. Tight coverage, not that tight. As Jace is holding the poop out of Burns. Yeah, it's holding every play. That's life. You got to get around that. 3rd and 9, guys. See if the Giants can stop him here. Be nice. Here we go. Jaden Daniels looking to throw the ball deep. Terry McLaurin's wide open. Wide open on Paulson Adebo, but that was so overthrown it's not even funny. Wow. Let's see the replay. Debo's giving him a cushion, gets burnt on the move, and then just couldn't get him the ball. That could have been a touchdown, guys, point blank, if that was thrown right. Wow. All right, we got 4th and 9, guys. Whew. 4th and 9. Giants did a 3 and out. Ball's getting put in the air. As Abdul Carter was on that, almost got towards the kick, actually. Oshevsky's taking the ball about the 5, gets down about the 15. Gets just absolutely popped by Nick Ballora, the Pro Bowl special teamer from the Commanders. Ooh. But Oshevsky just dumping over people. They're jumping over people there just to get popped like that. But interesting to see. Interesting to kind of see, though, Abdul Carter on the punt block team. Then, like I said, he almost got to him. That was interesting. At first, I'm like, oh, who was that? 51. Hold on a second here. You don't expect to see Carter in there like that. I guess they are going to play him all kinds of weird places, I guess, you know? But yeah, here we go. Giants offense going to take the field again. And what the nice thing is, if we can get a touchdown here, we can take the lead. So we'll have to see here. And then Jason, remember OC used to block kicks. Yeah, but that's not typical in the modern football to see a coach even put a good player out there like that, a guy that's considered a core player, you know? But let's see here. Jace is kind of feeling bullish right now. And wow, WTF, I will take it. Yeah, that's yeah, Debo sucks, basically. He says, where'd it go here? Debo sucks. I'm telling you, Debo sucks. Well, I've been saying that too. So, but yeah, we dodged a bullet there with that. Paulson and Debo getting burnt there on that move by Terry McLaurin. I tell you right now, if this ends up being a close game and the Giants win by a touchdown or less, that's that kind of play you go back to as a Commander fan and go, whoa, if we had that. As a Giant fan, we're going to look back and say, we wouldn't have won this game if it wasn't for that, probably. That's I'm used to that those kind of plays going the Giants fans negatively, not other teams negatively. So I feel their pain, but I'll take it. I'll take it. We need everything we can get here. So, all right, let's run through real quick. So Russell Wilson, 7-12 are now 53 yards. Tyrone Tracy, 3 carries, 11 yards. Wan'Dale Robinson, 4 catches, 24 yards. Jaden Daniels, 5 of 9, 71 yards. And the 1 touchdown went to Zach Ertz. Jaden Daniels also the leading rusher, 3 carries, 20 yards. Chris Moore, leading receiver for the Commanders, 1 catch for 34 yards. So, all right, getting back here to it. So they're in the huddle right now as we speak. So to the left side, they're showing Nabers. They're focused on Nabers. I can't even see the rest of the field here. Okay, Nabers on the left-hand side. The right side looks like Wan'Dale and Slayton, all tight to the line. Nabers moving off to the right side, and it's going to be a run. That's Motor. It's about 2 yards there. So Jacksonville, Carolina, by the way, they're talking about in a lightning delay, which is interesting. Second lightning delay of the 2025 season. Don't expect that at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. As Jason's Debo cover Debo and indicate it's Debo and a Debo. All right, second down, guys. Here we go. Singletary. This time he's got a hole. Gonna get close to that first yard. Gonna be about a yard shy. Gotta like that. Keep the third short. Yeah, 3rd and 1. Still got Singletary out there too. So, as Jason's Bellinger sighting, yeah. Should use him a lot. He would have caught that ball that Theo dropped. All right, here we go. Theo Johnson, by the way, split out right wide, and left wide is Devin Singletary. So 3rd and 1. They're throwing it sidearmed to Wandale for some reason. Wasn't even close to him. What the hell? Oh my God. Let's see this. Weiser again. Why is this guy getting blocked a second time at a big play? Wise. Yeah. As Jay said, you literally didn't even have a second to throw. Are you sticking up for Russell Wilson, Jay? Wow. Got fair catch on the punt to the 42-yard line, guys. And he says, why isn't Jalen Hyatt after the Giants content creators tell me he's great? No, he's not. He's not. So, all right. So defense got to go back on the field after the 3 and out. Just what I love, a tired defense going back in the field. All right, let's go over the latest scores here for you guys. So still 17-0 Colts against the Dolphins there. Steelers are now down to the Jets 16-10. I'm surprised the Jets are up in that one there. In that thunder delay, the Jaguars are up 10-3. The Cardinals are back on top of the Saints right now, 10-7. Obviously, ours we know 7-3 for the Bucks. I'm sorry for that Bucks for the Commanders right now. Bucks are down to the Falcons. That's how it's going to the next game there. Falcons are up 7-3. Still tied for the Bengals and Browns and the Raiders and Patriots, both at 7-7 each there. So both those games a little further along than us there. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see here. Other stats we got here for you guys. Nabers, 2 catches, 23 yards. Cam Scatterbo, 1 for 6. You got 1 carry for 7 yards for Russell Wilson, 2 for -3 for Cam Scatterbo. Got to get that kid holes. He's not uber fast. We've said that before. Paul Adebo is leading the team right now with 2 solo tackles there. And of course, no sacks, no interceptions whatsoever. On the Commander side, again, we got Austin Eckler, 4 carries, 19 yards. Got Noah Brown, 1 catch for 18. Debo, 1 for 8. Zach Ertz, 1 for 7 with a touchdown. 1 for 4 for Eckler as well. Will Harris with 3 solo tackles leading them on their defense. And of course, still no sacks or interceptions for them either, thank God. So, all right. Again, defense is going to have to go back at there. Not exactly the best scenario for them, though. That's not good. I don't like having the defense going back out there like that. Not ideal, that's for sure. Because you don't want them to have to be tired. And that's what they're going to be now, is tired, because they're not going to break. Tell you who's rested, the offense. They're hurting now. You know, it's a little. I think the Giants are going to realize in here they're going to have to figure out a way to protect Russell Wilson. There's been a couple plays like that he's just had no time. And if that means keeping somebody else in there, keeping somebody, you know, helping out the offensive line there, then so be it. Put Manhurst out there if you have to. That's what we got him for. He is a blocker, you know. As Jay said, we need a turnover. Yes, we do. Get that turnover chest going. Get that turnover chest going. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 here. I keep focusing on one player instead of letting us see the actual lineup here. Okay, here we go. Shotgun formation. Got Zach Ertz set up like a off the line. Here we go. And it's a run, and so of course the Giants would give up 10 yards. That's what the Giants do. Give up big runs. So just getting a little frustrating already earlier in the season. That's Ja'Cory Groski-Merritt, the rookie running back at Arizona. They were very high on coming out. We liked him a lot. We did our look at him as well. So watch him to play a big role for the Commanders as the season progresses potentially here. Debo in motion, has an empty back with 4 receivers at least set up on the right-hand side. And there we go. There we go. Brian Burns with the sack. There we go. There we go. And a lot of that was set up, by the way. And it looks like, I want to see the replay, but it looked like Abdul Carter was in there, and he was the guy that jumped up. Let me verify that real quick before I. Yep, Abdul Carter jumped up, blocked the screen, and then Burns was ready to go. And what's nice is if you watch this replay, Burns was first thing he did was make sure there wasn't a running lane. This is what I was talking about with Kayvon before. He made sure there's no running lane, nowhere to go at that point. So 2nd and 16 now for the Commanders. And Jaden back to throw again, getting a little pressure again. He's taken off, and he's got a wide open Deebo Samuel for a first down. That's a killer to get that. And then all of a sudden, next play, give that up and lose all momentum you had from that. Let's take a look here. This is just a zone coverage with Brian Burns kind of moved over to keep Jaden Daniels honest, and that created the wide opening there for Deebo Samuels. Not that I'm blaming Burns, you got to pick your poison. That's the problem with zones. You find a spot in the zones, but you got a mobile quarterback, you can move around and make zones open up there. So 1st and 10 for the Commanders, about the 37-yard line. Deebo in motion on the end around, and he's going to get stopped. About a yard loss there. Had Cordell Flott initially. Carter came to help him out. So did Bobby Okereke. There is a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be the Giants based on the cheer from the crowd. Here we go. Holding defense 93. How do you get a holding during that run like that? Oh, Raheem Nunez-Roches. The first time he's been called his name tonight. That's not a good thing. So, they got Brady talking about him as their former teammates there. Like I said, great guy. It's just too big a role we put him in. Really is too big a role we have him in. All right. So now we got, let's see, I don't have a show on the screen here where we're at here. 1st and 10 from about the 32-yard line, and another catch. Noah Brown trucking down to about the 12-yard line. Another flag, though. Hopefully it's a holding or something for these Commanders, because goddamn. Let's see. I'm thinking this might be against the Commanders by the face that Dan Quinn's making as they're talking to him. Offsides in the offense. Here we go. 5-yard penalty to repeat the first down. Yep, that is Noah Brown, the wide receiver. Now we know why it's so open. When you get a first step. All right, here we go. 1st and 15. Ball is about the 37-yard line. Be nice to get another sack here, guys. Saying. All right, 3 wide receiver set for Jaden Daniels. Got Noah Brown moving a little towards the inside. He is going to throw. And here we go. Brian Burns again. There we go. There we go. Brian Burns again. 2nd sack of this drive for Brian Burns. And here we go. Here's the replay. Oh, yeah, this guy's right around him. Woo. May not be a turnover like Jay said we needed here, but 2 sacks in 1 drive for Brian Burns. I'll take it. And like I said, we said this beforehand. He's going to have a big year this year. I'm not just saying the next 2 sacks. You can go back. We said that. So we're working a lot with Dexter Lawrence. Here we go. 2nd and 19. Ball's now about the 41-yard line. And another deep toss. Terry McLaurin. It'll be 3rd down, but damn, way to give up a lot of yards in 2nd down. Make it easier 3rd. Not cool, guys. Not cool. 3rd and 7. Which is still not a horrible 3rd and 7, but so ball is now about the 28.5-yard line. So they are in range if they want to do a long field goal. If they miss this, they're stacked line, by the way. Giants have a lot of people spread out the line to compensate for that as well. So Makes me think it'd be a deeper route there. It's a fake there, but Daniel's moving around, getting chased down by Burns, but nope, he's got that first down. There is a flag, though. There is a flag. So I think there's a penalty coming back. So they're saying Ertz. We'll see. Nope. Oh, they got a defense. Oh, goddamn. 5-yard penalty and a run. Holland. But Holland was trying to stop a touchdown, so I can kind of accept his 5 yards because look at the replay. If he hadn't done that, I'd have been gone. Oh, my gosh. All right. 1st and 10. I said his defense, guys, it's not looking as dominant as people were talking about. Something's got to get figured out here. Still got Carter on the field, by the way, here too. He's got a decent amount of snaps in this first game. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball's about the 12-yard line. Going to be run. About 5 yards. Pushing it forward. I take it back. That's 6-7 yards. Giants really got to figure out what they're doing on defense, guys. I get it. The Commanders are a good offense. Like, I'm not trying to take that away from them, but this is not what I was expecting out of them. Commanders, for the most part, half the drive so far is do whatever they want. So, all right, 2nd and 4. Let's see where we're at here. Carter standing up here on the right-hand side. And he stays in his lane, but it's going to be a touchdown. Wide open hole there for the touchdown. Not cool, guys. You know, like I said, I didn't expect us to win this game, that's for sure, but this defense does not look good at all. Has not looked good at all. And I don't want to take them away from the Commanders. They're a good offense, but watch this play here. And Carter did what he had to do to keep his lane there. It looks like, and I wish I could rewind this, take a look again. It looks like there was a corner that moved towards the line and left the hole open. It might have been flawed. I can't tell. But extra point is good. So Giants now down 14-3. 14-3. All right. So let's see here. Let's give you guys the updates here. So Colts still 17-0 on the Dolphins. Jets 19-10 on the Steelers. Still delay in Jaguars with them so in Jacksonville with them being up 10-3. Tie game right now with the Cardinals and the Saints both 10-10. That's actually definitely been a better game than I expected for these teams. Buccaneers have woken up here. They're now up 10-7 on the Falcons. Bengals up 14-7 on the Browns, and the Raiders and Patriots still tied up at 7. So let's see what we can get here from this Giants offense. We need a touchdown here. We need something to feel like this is not going to be a blowout, because I'm telling you right now, the way this defense is playing, the Giants don't put up points right now, and the Commanders go ahead and get another score. This is going to be one of those kind of games start slipping away pretty quick there. So let's see here. All right. It's funny, you don't realize necessarily how many commercials there are sometimes until you start doing live play-by-play on online. But at least we did get 2 sacks out of Burns. At least we saw something from the pass rush this time. That's, I guess, something positive. I'm trying to give you guys something positive here. We got 2 sacks from Burns. So that's something positive. That puts them on pace for 34 sacks in the season, which would be a new league record. Oh my gosh. And maybe that's what they need to do, is look at what he's doing on that right side there, the line facing the rookie and Connerly, and maybe they need to load up that right side. and go ahead and create more pressure that way. You know, be interested to see the all 22 to see what they're doing as far as that. But there's obviously a spot now that they've realized is kind of a weak point and can do all kinds of stuff. All right. So let's see here. They're still talking nonstop here. Brady and Burkett put back to the game. Here we go. Giants, like I said, they got to put a touchdown up here. They got to get back in this game. Need a touchdown here. All right, here we go. And it's funny to talk about the down the field throw by Russell Wilson. I haven't seen anything yet so far from the deep throws yet. We were kind of expecting. Kickoff goes to about the 21-yard line by Wan'Dale Robinson. And Jay says, I'm going to be a Colts fan. I have to stop. It's game one. No matter what happens this game, guys, it's game one. We can't get negative off of game one. Can't do it. Got to give a little time. As he says, you can count on your 37-year-old quarterback to get you back in the game. It happens. You said it's still 14-3. It's not going wrong. It's not the start you wanted, but it's not insurmountable. So here we go. First down, Russell Wilson, the shotgun formation. Is that Tracy next to him, I believe? Yep. And throwing it. Got hit as he throws, and it would have been a wide open Nabers if he just had some damn time. If he had just a quarter of a second more, that would have been a first down and a decent throw on the first down. And if you look, there we go. Left-hand side, Hudson. What I keep telling you guys, Hudson sucks. I gave him nice because of the attitude, because he did bring a little attitude. I'll give him that. I'm not paying $6 million a year for some attitude. So, 2nd and 10. Here we go. There's a lot of movement by the Commanders on the left side here. Theo Johnson goes off to the right side. And Hudson again. Theo Johnson caught it this time. Gets about 5 yards there, so that'll be a 3rd and 5. Now, but look at that left-hand side again. If they show the replay on this, Hudson again. This kid sucks. Like, we need to give him help. Talked about the Giants loading up on the right side. We need to load up on the left side. James Hudson III, Esquire, sucks. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. Let's get a first down. Let's get that actual drive going. Come on. Russell Wilson seeing things at the line, making some notes here to the center, JMS. And there we go. With 1 second left. Penalty flag flies, and he just throws it up. See what this flag is, but the way he threw it up, I think he thought it was going to be on the defense. It was like a free play kind of toss. They're saying offsides and Jordan Armstrong's what Brady said there on the 2 players. So Wise actually was one of them. Yeah, you can see. Yep, Dorrance Armstrong it was. They were wrong at which one they said it was. There, Von Miller also. Von Miller's first on the game here. Looks weird to see Von Miller in 24. So 3rd and 1, guys. I don't say it's 3rd and 1, but it's like 3rd and a half, really. Up. Clone dead, but we would have had it. QB sneak it was going to be. Washington got a timeout beforehand. Oof. God forbid we get a first down. So, 2nd timeout for them as Dan Quinn goes, whew. He knows he's got the momentum right now. He wants to keep it that way. So, hopefully it's a quick timeout there. Let's see if we got any other changes here for you guys here. Still delayed in Jacksonville, by the way. I know again, I'm here in Tampa area. There was definitely a big storm coming through here, but it looks like everything else still the same where we were as far as the scores around the NFL. Let's see. 3rd and 1. Here we go. Honestly, guys, I would just go for the QB sneak again. I would just do it. I could not care less if you don't get it. Go for a 4th down again. Do it. Here we go. And yeah, you can tell it's everybody knows it's going to be QB sneak. Here we go. He got it. He got it. He got it. There we go. First down. Sad when I get this excited for a first down. This shows you hasn't been the best game for the Giants so far, and I'm this excited about a first down. They're asking Tom Brady if he liked doing sneaks. I think we all know Tom Brady did not like doing the sneaks at all. He did not want to get touched. That's why the Giants beat him twice in the Super Bowl. He got touched by the defensive line. All right, 1st and 10. Russell Wilson is under center. Running it. Tracy, there we go. Get about 3 yards. They're saying 1.5 yards. I'm giving him more. Unless they're saying he stopped him early. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see. Stop talking about the defensive line. Let's get back to the game. Here we go. 2nd and 7. So they give him 3. See, I was right. All right. Another toss. This time to Tracy. He's trying to get going, but he's going to be stopped like 0.5 yard. To be 3rd and like 8. We'll say. Ridiculous. Like, why would you go back to back with the same exact damn play? Oh, we got 3 yards that way. Let's do the same exact play again. That makes sense. Let's run up the middle again. I have not liked the way this Giants offense has been calling plays right now. I have not liked it. I want to see. I want to see a deep shot too. I haven't seen any deep shots whatsoever. That'd be the perfect time for a deep shot. And say, you know what? It's starting along if we don't get it, but take a shot. This might have to be a deep shot though. 3rd and 8. Looked like some movement though. Blow dead. Movement's got to be in the defense, I would think. Blow it dead. No motion of the Giants. God damn it, Jermaine Illuminor. Yep. Yep, was on him. That's a legit call. I can't blame the refs in this one. That was a legit call. As we got an injury on the Commanders there. So that's Will Harris. It's one of the starting safeties for them. 3rd and 13 now. Now we're going to have a deep toss. A deep ball is asking for. It's going to have to be it now. I'll tell you, it's been a long drive. We literally gained 7 yards. Let's see. Here we go. Nope. Getting sacked. Nowhere to go again. They're on Payne, guys. Again, Kevin put it on Russell Wilson. He had nowhere to go. JMS moved because of Luvu at that point, and then John Running did not pick up Payne. Yeah. Whew. That's bad. Anybody else losing all the excitement of the season already? It's like, oh my gosh. Again, it's one game against a good team. I don't want to be too negative too quickly. Oh, wow. Good tackle there. So that's Nick Jones on the tackle. He hold on to onto the jersey of the returner to go ahead and stop him for pretty much no yards on that return there. That's Percy Butler, looks like. All right, so still stays 14-3. Giants can't do shit on offense, basically. Sounds a lot like last year, right? So let's see here. 2-minute warning for the Colts and Dolphins. Is they're still 17-0. Almost a halftime here for the Jets as they're now up 19-10. Still delayed in Jacksonville there. Still tied up for the Cardinals and Saints. Looks like the still Bucks up by 3 in Atlanta. And it looks like still the Bengals up by a touchdown with 2 minutes. Actually, I'm sorry, right at the end of the half in Cleveland. Looks like about a minute and 42 left here as the Raiders and Patriots also still tied up 7-7 as well there. So, again, not a lot of offense necessarily going on here right now. Who would have thought that the scoring offenses this so far the first half of the 1 o'clock games would be the Jets and the Colts putting up all the points there? That's a little crazy. So also going to refresh here because I don't know what's going on. There we go. For some reason, our game was still showing 7-3 instead of the 14-3 that it is. So I just want to check to make sure everything else was right. Here we go. Okay. So there was a couple other updates. So actually 20-0 now halftime for the Colts. As for some reason, Google was messing up. 17-10 for the Cardinals now. 14-10 at halftime with the Bengals leading the Browns in Cleveland. And the Patriots are actually up 10-7 on the Raiders there. So a couple scores still, but still, again, who would have thought? 20 points each, basically. I mean, 19 for the Jets, but just about 20 points for the Colts and the Jets in the first half. That's insanity. And yet we can't do any more than 3. 3 points, guys. It's like the old Giants, it feels like. Did they fool us again? Is that what happened? Just goddamn. Definitely expecting more than 3 yards to go here in the 3 points to go in the first half. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Average yards on the first down, 3.8 on the Giants, 6.5 on Washington. It's insanity. And they're talking about the obvious here in the game. We need Andrew Thomas, guys. We need him. And James Hudson, not the answer. Again, I don't know why the love for this kid out of the Giants camp, because they talked about him a lot, and I get it. He brings fire, brings passion, but he doesn't bring talent. All right, first down for the Commanders. Jaden Daniels got all day to throw the ball. Oh my God, slips. Oh my God, right out of Jalen Lane's hands. Could have been picked up by Paulson Adebo, but he was more focused on the receiver than the ball. Oof. All right. Let's see what we got here. Second down, 10. 3 passes dropped by the Commanders so far today, guys. Again, the Commanders could be whooping our butts right now. Even worse than they already are, technically. All right, shotgun formation for Jaden Daniels. See if we can get a pass rush here. That'd be nice. Nope, can't. First down by the Commanders. Lane gets the first down, and they're just not good, guys. Not good. Let's see here. We got 1 minute 41 seconds left. All right. Jaden Daniels back in the shotgun formation. Empty backfield again. Kayvon's going after him. There's a flag. Carter got him on the ground. Let's see how this pulls out. This might have been Jalen Carter's first sack. Let's see. Is that Carter's first sack we saw? At least something positive this game. Yep. So who? Let's see. We'll have to see how they score that. That might have been Carter's first sack. Might have been his first half sack. I'm not sure. So we're gonna see how that. But Carter's being held like crazy. That's for damn sure. Let's see. They didn't mention it yet on the box score yet, so we'll have to find out. But it's 2nd and 20. That's 3 sacks now for the Giants. So at least that part's working like expected. We can just get the rest going. That'd be nice. All right. 2nd and 20. Going to be a quick route to Debo, who's going to get some yards afterwards, get to about midfield. So it picks up about 8.5 yards there. So it's still like 2nd 11. Or 3rd 11, sorry. 3rd 11. All right. And this give you the chance for sack number 4. Giants call the timeout. Still trying to see for you guys real quick who got the sack on this for you guys to find out that is Jalen Carter's first sack or not. But they're not giving it to anybody yet. I'm guessing they're still trying to figure out who that goes to. All right. So, minute 15 left on the clock, guys. Third 11. Here we go. I'd like to see this stop here, get the Giants get the ball back and try to get a quick score. It'd be nice. Feel a lot better going in 14 to 10 than. All right, here we go. Got some pressure. No, he's got it all the time in the world. Thought he could get some pressure. Caught by Deebo Samuels on Drew Phillips. Massive catch, guys. That's a first down, a whole lot more. There goes my hopes. Yeah. First and 10 now at the 29-yard line, guys. Going to be a quick run. Going to be about 5 yards in the run. Smart play. Giants aren't expecting a run in that kind of scenario. And they're going to go ahead and go right to the next play. They want to make sure the Giants get the ball back with no time left, basically. So 2nd and 6. So they gave him 4 yards on the run. Here we go. And another quick toss right up the middle. There's too much yards needed at that point for them to give the middle of the field up still. Austin Eckler just had nobody near him in the middle of the field. So final timeout there for the Commanders. Let me see at least if I can find out for you guys who had the sack here officially. Trying to give you something good. They did give it to Kayvon Thibodeau on the box here. So that is not Abdul Carter's. I'm shocked. I thought they'd at least give it as a half. Got Burns hobbling off the field, by the way, guys. He's motioning towards his right side. Training staff is coming over. That's not good. But a bad scenario to worse. We got the same old Giants, it looks like, guys. He's got his ankle up, it looks like. They're taping it. So at least that's good if they're just taping. Brian Burns, 5 tackles, 2 sacks in the game. By far the best player. But he's out right now as they're going, so hopefully he'll be back. 1st and 10, here we go. Daniel's got all the time in the world into the end zone, but Noah Brown, looks like Cordell Flott was on him. Yep, there we go. It was Flott. Let's see here. Much better coverage this time. Good coverage by Flott. Made a couple bad plays early in the game, but made a good one too as well. So we've got a couple bad, couple good. It's got kind of a mixed results today. Curious to see this snap count to see later on who had more snaps overall at the second corner position there. But it looks like so far Flott. Okay, Giants calling a timeout. I wanted to give it a second so Burns can get kind of freed up and get in. Having Burns out there, 2 sacks right in the game would be pretty big, obviously. All righty. So basically everything we said so far, guys, that the Giants had to do, they ain't doing. We'll be very clear on that. Not running the ball, not containing Jaden Daniels there at that point there. Not controlling the line of scrimmage. It's a lot of that. Let's see here. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Ball is about the 8-yard line. Here we go. Jaden's going to run it. So he gets stopped. About no time left, pretty much. Got 12 seconds left. They're going for it on 3rd down. 9, 8, 7, 6, and they're going to go right for the end zone. And 3rd and 1, 3 seconds left. They're going to go ahead and take the field goal here, obviously. So they'll be up 17-3 this. Keep in mind the Giants do get the ball back in the second half. So at least that's some positive news for us here. So Abdul Carter has had his hand up in his face the whole entire time. They're talking about it being grounding. There we go. So Carter still making his presence felt here because that's Carter was on there, putting his hands up like this to that point, blocking his view. So not that it affects this that much. Oh, hold on. They're saying 10-second runoff that'll be then, which will end the half. Damn. Dable's talking to the refs right now, too. I think Dable's trying to explain that part. That should be done. Halftime. Yep. Clock runs out. It's halftime. Guys, the Commanders are handing everything they possibly can to the Giants here. So, trying to do everything they can to allow us to stay in this. And the Giants just aren't doing what they got to do. So, all right, guys. Again, we got 14-3 Commanders. We're going into halftime. We're going to right back with the Goofball halftime show here. Give me just 2 seconds here. We're going to go ahead and pay the bills real quick, and then we'll be right back there with you guys. All right?
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. So before we get started with everything as far as the recap and the scores around the league, just friendly reminder here, a couple of things here, a little housekeeping. So first off, again, because of the fact we do the live shows during the game, I do have to put it on YouTube as subscriber only, or else we get 10,000 spam comments. So again, if you're in there and you want to comment, just got to hit the subscribe button. It'll let you do it just a moment later after that. Second thing, we will have our post-game show here directly after the game here. Keep in mind, we will take a brief second there afterwards just so I can go grab a drink and all that kind of stuff before we get started. But that'll be on a separate video so that we have a chance to use that for our audio podcast listeners. So this page, if you're on the YouTube, should take you there immediately. If you're not on YouTube or even if you are, technically it'll work too, is go to the homepage and you'll see another link coming up once we go live at that point there for the post-game coverage there. All right, let's get right into it. So again, Giants are down right now 14-3 at the halftime to Washington. Here's the stats we got so far. 8 of 15 for Russell Wilson, 58 yards. I'll say this. I don't think his stats are nearly as bad as they seem like there. To me, a lot of this is the lack of an offensive line 100% there. He's had times where he's had people in his face in 2 seconds there. He needs some time. He's had a couple plays that I could point out to you in a second that just nothing to do. One sidearm throw on a third down, trying to get a first down. I mean, there's so many plays. He got sacked the one time there, had nowhere to go. It's just the offensive line is not doing their job there. And it shows also what's going on in the running game. Tyrone Tracy, 5 carries, 14 yards, just a 2.8 yard carry average there. Devin Singletary's had a little bit of success there on 2 rushes for 9 yards, but in reality, most of that's been on 1 run. Russell Wilson, 2 carries, 9 yards. Cam Scatterbu, the rookie, 2 carries, -3 yards. So not a great run start for him there, but had a couple of decent plays there to kind of get everything fired up. Had a decent catch, which we'll get to it a little bit there. Also had a big pass protection block as well that got everybody fired up there as well. So on the receiving side, Wan'Dale Robinson leads receivers, 4 catches, 24 yards. Malik Nabers, 2 catches, 23 yards. Got to get him involved. Got to get a deep pass going, guys. The fact that we don't have a single deep pass yet is absolutely ridiculous to me. Cam Scatterbo, 1 catch, 6 yards. We're just trucking through 2-3 people here. And 1 catch for 5 yards for Theo Johnson, who should have had a second as well, but he had a really bad drop there as well. And again, on a key play there. So 3 tackles, 0 assists for Paulson Adebo, 2 tackles, 3 assists for Brian Burns, who also has 2 sacks in the game there. Been definitely probably the best Giant on the field there, basically, so far. Got 2 tackles, 3 assists for Okereke, 2 tackles for Dane Belton, 2 tackles for Andrew Phillips, 1 tackle, 3 assists for Javon Holland, 1 tackle, 1 assist for Micah McFadden, who's out. I'll see if I can get you guys an update on what's going on with Micah McFadden here. He left in an aircast here. We are not expecting to see him. Let me put it this way. When you see aircast, that typically means we're not going to see him for a while. But we'll let you guys know. Definitely, we know more there. But definitely a leg injury is what they're calling it there. Then you got the Kayvon Thibodeau, 1 tackle, which was for a sack. Now, I'm still wondering how that's going to play out on Monday and all, because he went ahead and got the hit, got off of Jaden Daniels, and got cleaned up by Abdul Carter. I thought that should have been a half and half scenario. We'll see how that works out there. Speaking of Abdul Carter, 1 tackle, 3 assists there for Dexter Lawrence, 3 assists for Tyler Newman, 2 for Roy Robertson Harris, 1 for Cordell Flott. Had a mixed bag there. And then 1 assist for Raheem Nunez Roches, by the way. So, all right, scores around the league here right now. So, at halftime, you got 20-0 for Indianapolis Colts over Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, guys, so I said they'd be kind of the team to take a step back this year. I did not expect them to get blown out like this. That's bad. Absolutely bad, guys. At halftime, Jets are up slightly over the Steelers, 19-17 there at that point. So we got also then the Jaguars and the Panthers still in thunder delay. So that's going to be a game that'll go until late there. But the Jaguars are up right now for 10-3. The Cardinals, which are now already in the third quarter, by the way, up 17-10 on the Saints. Just about to go into halftime is the Buccaneers and the Falcons in Atlanta tied up at 10. You got the Bengals up 14-10 there with about 12 and a quarter, 3/4 minutes there left in the third quarter. So they're also at a halftime. The Patriots and Raiders. Patriots are up 10-7 right now with about 30 seconds left to go to the half there at that point. So, we'll see what's going to happen there overall. Let's see here. What we got here from the comments here from Jay. We suck butt. He doesn't have 1 second to throw. It's insane. Damn straight. And he says, wait, I thought we had an upgraded QB. Daniel Jones, 17-22, 200 yards. Yeah, but again, I'm not going to throw that because, again, that's against the Dolphins. And honestly, I didn't want to get into the comparison of Daniel Jones versus who we have now, because you can't. I mean, we see what Daniel Jones does when he has no time to throw. We can't compare Russell Wilson like that. Russell Wilson, we've seen over his career, is a better quarterback, flat out, than Daniel Jones. So I'm trying to rile us up, Jay. I know what you're trying to do. So, but again, like I said, everything we've had to do on offense, we haven't done. And a lot of it is the offensive line. The offensive line can't get anything done. And this is a shame that here we are, how many years in a row saying the offensive line can't get the job done. The big thing for me is we got to get Andrew Thomas back. It's night and day, guys, without Andrew Thomas. And it's insanity that one player makes that much of a difference. But that's where we're at. We need him healthy. We need him back. We need him here. Because without him, it's a bad team, guys. It's a really bad team. And this offensive line needs him. And I still think as well that James Hudson needs to be out of there. I still think Illuminor should be at the left tackle spot. I still think Bo should be at the right tackle spot. We'll probably get a little help from Manhurts there as a blocking tight end a lot. Because, again, he's a rookie. He's a little lighter for a tackle. But we all see what's happening. This offensive line cannot function as is. Cannot function. And how many damn years are we saying this? it's sad that it's this many years we're still saying this. But that's where we're at. They need help. This offensive line needs help. And Andrew Thomas, hopefully, he's be ready to go for next week. They were still hoping he might have gone this week, but it was a situation where another week or two probably to see him. And I have to say, or two, because we don't know. We don't know where he's coming back. We don't know if he's going to come back next week. We don't know if it's going to be a couple weeks. We're gonna have to kind of play the wait and see there. But in the end, it's a situation where this offensive line's got to figure something out in the meantime without him. And it's got to be a long-term solution without him as well, because we all know what happens with Andrew Thomas. He's been injured the last couple of years. And this is a Liz Frank injury he's coming back from. It's a foot injury. That's a bad injury, guys. That's not one easy to come back from. Like, I feel like people kind of maybe don't realize that fully what he's coming back from. That's a big injury. Remember a couple of years ago, we signed the tight end Kyle Rudolph, the longtime Viking. And when they signed him, they realized that he had a foot injury as well, coming back from a Liz Frank, and almost didn't sign him. And that was just the residual from that. So, we're going to have to see what happens with Andrew Thomas, but I don't think it's even a foregone conclusion that we get Andrew Thomas back and he's the old Andrew Thomas. Like, I can't make that guarantee. I don't think anybody should think that. That's for damn sure, because it's that kind of injury. So we'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, until that offensive line gets fixed, though, guys, it just is what it is. The Giants, unfortunately, are just not gonna have a great offense because he's needed that much there. As I am just kind of watching out to make sure to know whether there's stuff there going on scoring wise. Patriots and Raiders officially at halftime. So are the Falcons and the Bucks as well. So right now we just have live going still the Cardinals and Saints, the Bengals and the Browns, and the Colts and the Dolphins, by the way. So got 3 games there. For some reason, it just says live with the Steelers and Jets. So I don't know what's going on. Google's being all crazy there with their box score games here. But we should be kicking off here again soon, I would think. As the TV people have already done their rundown of all the games, all that kind of fun stuff there. And remember, keep in mind the Giants did go ahead and defer in this. The Giants will get the ball to start this half here. And if we can get even, I know it sounds insane, but if we can get a touchdown, we're already down by 4 points. It's a 1-possession game again. So this game's not over by any stretch of the imagination. But quite frankly, it should be over. There was the big drop the big bad pass, I should say, by Jaden Daniels to Terry McLaurin, who was wide open and totally broke the ankles, basically of Paulson or Debo on a move from the outside, from the inside going out. You also had at the end there was a botch on the play calling where they had no more timeouts left because they kept wasting timeouts and not playing the game right there as far as managing the clock down the stretch. And what it boiled down to is the last play of the half was Jaden Daniels going to try to throw it. Abdul Carter doing right by keeping him in his lane at that point, putting his hand up, trying to block his view as best he could. And Jaden Daniels just basically throws it away. Well, he was still in the pocket when he threw it away. Intentional grounding. That starts the clock rolling again. Now the Commanders literally don't even have a chance to go ahead and take a field goal because that intentional grounding made 10 seconds run off the clock. So, a lot of mismanagement point blank by the Commanders, or quite frankly, they could be up right now 24-3. That's how much more dominant they have been, this Giants team in this game here. So let's not get it twisted. Let's not just say this is a close game because the Giants are doing what they can. The only thing that's doing what it can right now is the pass rush. 3 sacks and a half. I can't complain. Like, there's not a thing I can complain about that. And I will say this. It's been feast or famine. They've given Daniels a lot of time when they haven't gotten the sacks, that's for sure. So I don't want to make it seem like they're absolutely out of it there. But when you get 3 sacks in the first half, you can't complain about the pass rush, really. You can complain about the fact that the guys are wide open down the field. You can complain about we can't stop the run worth anything. You can complain about the fact we have 3 points on offense an entire half of a football game. There's a lot of things to complain about, that's for damn sure. So as the telecast here is getting back to the actual game itself, as they got talking about Brady and Kevin there, so that way they can hopefully get back to this game here pretty quickly here. But here we go. They're about to kick off here. We get to the second half. All righty. And it's going to be kicked out back of the end zone there. So remember, again, Giants got the ball because they deferred it in that coin toss there, which is kind of an odd move-ish, but that's what they're getting going. So let's see what the offensive line can get their butt in gear and actually do something here, because they got to realize they're getting embarrassed in this game. All right. Into the huddle there. As they're showing James Hudson in the huddle there. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't be in this anymore after that horrible performance that first half. 1st and 10, guys. Russell Wilson, empty backfield. Quick to Nabers on a toss. 1st down. There we go. 1st down. I'll take it. So they're saying Dable in his halftime talk to Fox Sports said that he had to go ahead and control the line of scrimmage and offense better. You think? Insanity. 1st and 10. Anyway, ball's by the 31-yard line now. Russell Wilson in shotgun formation. Trace rate behind him. Bellinger sighting. Bellinger goes to be a blocker. You can tell it's going to run all day long. Tracy getting it rolling. Here. Get about 6-7 yards in this. That's good. Use Bellinger, guys. Use Bellinger. He's not a bad blocker. I don't understand why he hasn't had a bigger role in this offense overall. You got an offensive line that can't do a damn thing. And yet you got Manhurts, who's basically another tackle, and you got Bellinger as a good blocker. Use these guys. Help the offensive line. They need it. So snaps off to Tracy again. He's going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage there. So it's going to be 3rd and 4. So Aaron Andrews she talked to Dan Quinn about the intentional grounding, talking about who wants to be aggressive. There's aggressive and there's smart. You can be smart aggressive. That wasn't smart aggressive. That was dumb. Point blank dumb. So, all right. 3rd and 4 here, guys. Shotgun formation. Nabers in as a slot. Wandale's in the motion off to the right-hand side. Again, we got to get Nabers involved more, but you need time to get him involved. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, we're about to give. And Wilson in trouble again, getting sacked again. Torrance Armstrong. Oh, my gosh. Offensive line. I'm telling you right now, if we had an offensive line, I think we can get stuff done. That's JMS. That's on JMS. Ooh. Got to figure out something here, guys. All right. Jamie Gillen back to punt. Here we go. This one's going to be deep out of the back of the end zone for that punt. So yeah, guys, Giants really frustrating. 3 points still to go after their first drive in the second half. That's insanity. Offensive line just not getting it done. Just not getting it done at all. And I will say this. I think we have a tendency to have the overreaction in a lot of games. And hypothetically, if it stays out this way, let's be very frank and say Dan Quinn is a damn good defensive coordinator. I think you can say that. Maybe it's been partially us underestimating the Commanders. Again, it's week 1. We don't know. We kind of expected this to be a close game, and obviously this has been nothing but a blowout basically by the Commanders so far. So definitely not the start you wanted to a regular season. That's for damn sure. But again, if the Giants can stop the Commanders here again, it's really not over yet, as scary as that sounds. But it should be the way the Giants are playing. That's for damn sure. Should be over. So, because it should be right now 24-3. But luckily, the Giants have been handed a couple of gifts from the Commanders. That's really what's kept them in here. So, and obviously, again, like you said, the pass rush has been doing their thing for the Giants. That's basically the only thing that's been running right basically so far, but definitely not what you want to see so far this start of the season. After all the hype, after all the this is different this year. Same thing. Same thing we've been getting the last couple of years. Bad offense, defense doing something. So yeah. Andre says, "Yo, Drew, I can't see Kafka, Bo, and Dave staying. We'll see. It's week 1. Like I said, I don't want to be those people where we overreact too much in 1 week. And again, the game's not even over. We could still come back and win this game. I'm not saying we're going to. Commanders have definitely looked at the much better team. Let's be honest here. But it's way too early for us to talk about people leaving. That's for damn sure. But we'll have to see what happens the rest of this game. See what happens going forward with the Cowboys too, as well. Because if we do lose this week and lose to the Cowboys, you got the Chiefs coming in, and then the Chargers. That's an 0-4 start. They're potentially staring another barrel of. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens. It's way too early to tell. So they're replaying that last play, and Slayton was open actually on that last play. As Jay Snow says, this team looks exactly the same. Yes, it does. So we were just saying it looks the same. Same old Giants. All right. Commanders starting the ball at the 20-yard line. Debo in motion to the right side. And it's going to be a run. Nope, it's not going to be a run. Good fake. Noah Brown going to get 9 yards in that first. That was a good fake by the Commanders. All right. Yeah. All right. So 2nd and 1, as Brady was talking about how easy it looks for the Commanders compared to the Giants. You're not wrong. Not wrong at all. So 2nd and 1, they're going to run the ball and get the first down and a whole lot more, guys. Going to get down to about the 40-yard line. Finally gets stopped by Javon Holland. So, whew. So, okay. So, we'll have to see what happens here. But this is, I'm trying to stay positive for you guys. I really am. Jason Snow says, shitty offensive line, can't stop the run. Exactly. And Jason Snow says, can we fix the offensive line? How many years we can do this? Yeah, it's a good question. It's a really good question. And I know what some people are going to start saying soon is, should we put Dart in there? But do you want to put Dart in with this offensive line? Bobby Okereke gets stopped there about a yard and a half there. But yeah, it said this is about as bad a start as you can get for the Giants so far. All right, let's see here. 2nd and 9. At least we got a good stop on that first. And one thing I haven't seen at all in this game, by the way, I should say, Dexter Lawrence making a huge impact. I wonder if that injury is still affecting him. I'll give him the pass because it's Dexter Lawrence. 2nd and 9. And as I say that, Dexter Lawrence moves him out of the pocket there. Jaden Daniels gets a few yards in the run, who's getting chased down by Kayvon Thibodeau. There is a flag on the play. Whenever I see a flag in that, I got to imagine it's going to be a holding call. There we go, holding offensive line. So, yeah, that was Nick Allegretti, the right guard, in there for the injured Sam Cosmi. Jason, I'm not putting Dart behind these Mama Lukes. Yeah, they said, don't put Dart in. I'm with you. That's what I said. All right, let's see here. So 2nd and 19 after the holding call. Again, Commanders are doing everything they can to keep the Giants in this game. And the Giants just like, no, we don't want it. You take it. Because watch them get a first down here. I'm getting that negative already. All right, here we go. 2nd and 19. Quick route to Zach Ertz for like 7 yards probably. So 3rd down and long. See what they call it. 3rd and 11. So, okay. That was close. That's 7 game 8. All right, 3rd and 11. Some confusion here, it looks like, on the offense side. Jaden Daniels making movements. They might have to call a timeout just to avoid a delay a game. Yep, there it is. Another wasted timeout. Like I said, they are just totally trying to do everything they can to help keep the Giants in there. And I'm not even trying to be rude when I say this, but I feel like because of the communication issues and some of the issues with the Commanders, point blank, a good team be whooping them. Like, you can't make the mistakes against a good team they're making here. Luckily, they're playing us, so it doesn't matter. Let's see here. Jace knows that Brady's rough to listen to. He might be the GOAT, but he's ass as an announcer. DJ looked better than Russ. Russ can't move back there. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think if Russ keeps playing the way the offense still like this, we have a play going here. Got pressure. Got a catch. Ertz. What are they going to call it a first down? I think it's a little short, but let's see what they do. They're gonna go for it on a first down. Really good coverage on Javon Holland too, as well. Like, that hit the ground. That hit the ground. That hit the ground. That's not a catch. And they blew the whistle beforehand. Red flag, challenge flag. That'll get overturned. Let's see the replay again. Good throw, good attempt. Looking here. Yep. That hit the ball. He did not have the good attempt by Ertz to make a catch. Good coverage by Holland. But that's a challenge that we'll get back. Anyway, Jay, what you were saying there, Jay Snow, which the issue kind of before, again, we can't compare Daniel Jones to Russell Wilson because of the difference in what the offensive line's doing. We got to compare Daniel Jones the last couple of years to Russ, and be honest, it's quite similar. We're going to be very honest. Caller's reversed already, by the way. So I'm not going to sit there and say that. And I'm with you on Brady. They should point blank bring Greg Olsen back. The fact they gave Brady the lead announcer spot and gave him all this money before he even did one game is ridiculous to me. I don't think that anybody goes, oh, let me go watch the Fox broadcast because of Tom Brady. I'll even tell you this, guys. I don't go to any particular broadcast because of the broadcaster, even. I go to the broadcast because of the game it's on. So I don't understand why they pay all this money to broadcasters like that there. Don't get me wrong. There's certain broadcasters I can't stand. But I never go, oh, I must watch this game because of the broadcaster. I probably haven't said that since Madden. This I don't let Madden and Summerall. So they are going to punt it there as we get the boo from Jay. Like I said, guys, defense, I got to say, at this point in the game, I can't say I'm too upset at them. They got it. They got it. Giants got it. It's going to roll down about the 29-yard line, guys. Who got that? Abdul Carter. Wow. Let's see it. Look at that. Look at him just swim around and just, there he goes. Yep. There we go. There we go. So looks like they're trying to Commanders run a flag on Carter, but you can run into the punter when you get actually contact in the ball, so it's not a flag. Like I said, we are definitely seeing things from Carter, that's for sure, in this game here. As Jay says, Carter like OC, and says his pass rush has been sick today, to be honest. Yes. Like I said, he's been good. He's been good. And like I said, I still think on Monday when they look at that sack that gave to Kayvon, I think they'll split it between him and Kayvon. So at least he'll get the half a sack. Not that sacks matter in the end, guys. To be very frank. I know people love the sacks because of the numbers, but, Jace knows that we should trade Thibodeau. Not unless we're getting an offensive lineman. And let's be honest, guys. We've gotten offensive linemen that we suck when they come here. I'm at the point now where I just think we're going to just make them all suck at this point. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see if we get any more updates scoring wise. Colts keep putting up more points. Colts, this offensive powerhouse, 23-0 on the Dolphins here. Jets still 19-17 against the Steelers. Still delayed for the. Let me just refresh this to make sure. Because that's insanity to me. Yeah, still delayed for the Jaguars and the Panthers. Cardinals now up 20-10 on the Saints. Let's see. Bucks and the Falcons still tied at 10. Browns are actually up right now, 16-14 on the Bengals. That's a little crazy. Again, we talked about it at the pregame. Rob pointed out the Browns have actually done very well in Cleveland against the Bengals in the last couple of years here. Raiders now up 14-10 on the Patriots as well here. So let's see. Jay says there's a great QB is going to be a free agent next year. He plays for the Colts. Oh, stop. One game. He said he could sign 5 all-pro offensive line. They still suck when they get here. That's what I'm saying. I've gotten to that point where I'm just that negative. That negative, that's for sure. Jay Snow says they could trade him for a pick. We need to draft about 3 linemen. At this point, I want to trade for a pick. I want to trade for legitimate linemen we know is going to be good, and not overpay for offensive linemen next year. Like if we have to go get some in the free agency, we overpaid the hell out of John Runyon. We overpaid the hell out of James Hudson. You know, the one guy I would say has been a really good pickup for offensive lineman wise for us has been Illuminor, who I kind of was shocked how cheap he came. And he says, Jason says, I bet the Steelers F. And then he says, Bengals always start slow. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, here we go. Russell Wilson here, 1st and 10. 29-yard line. Let's see. Gonna run it. And gonna get stopped just about half a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Motor gets stopped. Bobby Wagner looks like on the stop. Well, not been, like I said, not been good. That's for damn sure. Jace says Bo should play. And he says, Jay says, when you aren't good, you have to overpay. He's not wrong in there. And Jay says, this is pathetic. Here we go. Shotgun formation here for the Giants. Gonna go deep to Nabers this time, but good coverage. Marshawn Lattimore, good coverage on it. Throwing a little short, it looks like. Let me see the replay. Yep, it was a little bit under throw. If it was thrown a little deeper, it would have been a shot. But it was good coverage. Good coverage. But again, if it was thrown right, but he also had a ton of pressure on him again. I kind of thought he might even get the ball off at all. As Jay says, our offense, but hungry as Rob at a vegan restaurant. Oh my God. 3rd and 10 here, guys. Motion for Nabers off to the left-hand side. Got time. And you have to toss it out to Theo Johnson, who drops the ball again. What the hell, Theo Johnson? The second drop in this game. And at key moments. Another 3rd out for the Giants, guys. As Jay Snow says, Russell's cooked, man. It's not even cooked. He's got no time. He can't throw. That's just ridiculous, guys. Jay says that pass looks like a bounce off a brick wall. Yeah, the brick wall named Theo Johnson. That's what it was. Punts off. Fair catch at the 25. As Jay Snow says, why did they draft Theo Johnson? Because he's a guy they thought was going to be a decent tight end. And listen, he had, again, it's one game. Let's not change our opinions on one game. He had a good start last year, you know, once he actually got put in the game. But oh God, Jay says Theo doing Evan Engram cosplay. That's a good way of putting it. You're not wrong on that one. But you know, in the end, this is I think this is a game where I have to kind of just throw out and pretend like it didn't happen here. Basically, you know, hopefully we get Andrew Thomas healthy next week and do something against the Cowboys here. But yeah, it's definitely not looking good for the Giants the rest of this way in this game here. But again, tons of pressure on Russell Wilson here. Got the drop passes. This is the same as last year, guys. Jay Snow says Theo wasn't even a big pass catcher in college. Yeah, but that's been very typical of Penn State. Penn State guys tend to look better when they get in the NFL. I don't know why. Jay says, yeah, we got to get a lot of those pretend it didn't happen in games. Oh my God. I'm hoping not. Hoping not. Like I said, I was hoping for a win to start the season here, but I said it'd be a close game. It's not even close. I mean, we're down by 11 points and we should be down by 21 points. The Commanders just keeping us in this. Glad I didn't put money in the game. I actually thought about putting money in the game, actually, just to be a little fun. Put money on the Giants to beat the spread at least. As Jay Snow says, we're gonna get worked by the Cowboys. We'll see. We shall see. Cowboys, like I said, we know what they got there. Haven't been looking like they're gonna be a great team this year necessarily. They play close to the Eagles, so I'll give them credit for that. As Jay says, Bowen loves his zone defense, and Jay says it must really suck being a content creator for such a shitty team. Yeah, it's. I would definitely be nice to have a something fun to talk about. That's for sure. And he says, "Oh, the Cowboys will walk down the field on us. We'll see. We'll see. I can't sit there and, like I said, be too excited overall on one game. I can't. Like I said, we got to realize that it's a long season. It's 17 games. One game is definitely not, all of it there." As Jason knows his worship partner, did he quit already? No, he'll be on to the post game. He'll be on to the post game. So I usually do the live play-by-play by myself there because he watches with family and all. So, all right, let's see here. Maybe we can get a Giants turnover. Get that treasure chest with something here. As Jay says, he snuck in a Golden Corral and gonna chill all day. That's where Rob is. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. Jaden Daniels moving out to the right side all the time in the world, and that means somebody be wide open. And Terry McLaurin is the guy wide open. Gets a catch on Paulson Debo. They are showing here the Bucks and Falcons game, by the way. Here, it looks like Bucks have broken the tie there with the Falcons. They're up 17-10 now. Let's see here. I'll get to you guys' comments on Rob in a second because they are funny. But we're at the 1st and 10 here for the Commanders again, and it's going to be a run. And Abdul Carter was going for the quarterback, and there he was potentially. But like I said, at this point here, the guys, they're going to start running the ball over the Giants because 2nd and 5 it's going to be, by the way, because it's just bad start. They're going to be running. Don't need to pass the ball at this point. But here they are going to pass it. Oh, it's going to be a screenplay. Had a ton of guys in at him there. Like 3 guys going at. Newman was the closest. So 3rd and 5. Again, guys, the defense, as much as I'm not going to sit there and say they've had a great game, the defense has not had a horrible game, guys. They've been helped definitely by the Commanders who keep, making stupid plays and letting them stay in it. But when the team gives up 14 points and you can't really complain at that point there. Offense just not doing shit. All right, here we go. 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation for Jaden Daniels. I'd watch him to run it, though. Nope, he's going to go for it. And incomplete. Okay, so close to be a call, but incomplete to Terry McLaurin. Giants defense did the job again. Let's see. That's a real low. And that's close. That's close. Let's take a look at the replay again. I can't tell. Might be a catch, though. That might be a catch. They're going to challenge it. They're going to challenge it. Oh, that's probably going to come back and be a catch, I'm thinking. It's hard to tell. It might not be a clear enough shot to overturn it, but that's the problem. It's because they got called a drop. You have to see with beyond a reasonable doubt here. Use court talk. Has to be called beyond a reasonable doubt to be a catch. So we'll see. Let's take a look here. Jay Snow says he's at the talking about Rob. He said he's at the Olive Garden for free bread. And Jay says, can you earn money to dance so we can fly a plane over a Cowboy stadium? Listen, you know how much money that is, guys? To get a plane? Like, that's a lot of money to get a plane to go over the stadium. So listen, maybe we get enough money raised we can get, because Rob's going to be at the Green Bay game. Maybe you can get Rob to do something there. Jay Snow says the run defense is a joke. Yes, it is. And he says, didn't think to fix that. Nope. I mean, the problem is you can't fix everything in one shot. We keep trying to fix, quarterback. We added to the pass rush, try to fix the secondary. You got to hope sometimes that's enough to help the other side. But Jay says we need a turnover like Rob needs an exercise routine. Let's see. Jay says, I love all the bullish content creators, idiots who get pissed when you say anything negative about this team for 7 months. Jay says that's a catch. He says, I don't think they can win that challenge, but it should be a catch. Like I said, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, that's for sure. But it's going to be hard to overturn it because you have to prove. And I couldn't see where the end of the football was at that point there. And Jason says, it's the Giants. It's a catch. Make him streak across the field. I can't have Rob streak across the field. I'll get him arrested. And then he says, fix the trenches first. The most important. Yeah. And, I think that's what their thought was. You fix the pass rush, and that's the trenches. But you got to stop the run, too. We can't stop the run. That's an issue. We got to get some bodies on that. And we talked about that, too. It's like you're getting guys like Russ. Like Jeremiah Ledbetter, Roy Robertson Harris. That's the guys they brought in. Like, you didn't bring in legit starters. You brought in guys that are borderline starters, which is still a better, defensive line. Talk about the defensive tackles, the top 3. Still better than we had, but that's not enough. It's not enough. Just because you improved it from poop to like just nearly, just nearly not poop doesn't mean it's good now. As Jay says, we should do a 2026 draft show this week. Oh my gosh. They did not change it, by the way, guys. Call stands. I gotta give credit real quick to Paul Sidadebo, by the way, for pushing that ball down with his hand. If you watch that, because that might have prevented that from being overturned. So got to give credit where credit's due there. So punt's coming off. They get the punt off this time. And it's going to go out the back of the end zone there. Jay Snow says, can't stop the run, and we can't run. Yep. Jay says, be forward thinking. That's not the Giants' way. It's not our way, apparently. So, but yeah, we got to figure out both these things here. So, listen, Giants are coming up. It's now or never, guys. Either we're going to go ahead and get everything rolling, or because it's getting that time period here. We got 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. So, and of course, Russell Wilson fighting for his life again. He just throws it away in the vicinity of Tracy. So that's enough to not get a intentional grounding. But goddamn, it's just getting frustrating. Like, this is insanity for Russell Wilson. Maybe they need to put Jackson Dart in just so we can move around. I don't want that, obviously, but all right, 2nd and 10. Here we go. Let's see. We're going for a run this time. And Tracy, and there's nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. It's absolutely insanity, guys. This offensive line is just getting like insanely beat the crap out of. All right. Let's hope 3rd and 12. Can this be the spark? Probably not. At that point, I can't even be positive already. We're not even through the third quarter, and I'm already like negative. Here we go. 3rd and here we go. Here we go. We got a first down. Guess they need a half yard. No, come on, that's a first down. God damn it. They're gonna say 4th down. I was hoping. Got optimistic. Overly. 4th and 1. Go for it, though. Go for it. Do it. There we go. He's got it. He's got it. He's got that first down. There we go. Premature last time. We're going for it. There we go. First down. So sad. We're getting so excited over a first down. Armstrong almost knocked him where he didn't get it, but woo. I like how they're trying to do something positive for Russ Wilson. His competitiveness. It's like, feel bad for the guy. We got to figure out something here. I do see, by the way, Manhurst in along with Theo Johnson on the left side next to Hudson. So hopefully Russell Wilson running for it. Running for it. Gonna get about 6-7 yards. Again, running for his life, guys. Running for his life. Absolutely insanity. All right, here we go. 2nd and 4. Go to Tracy. Going to the outside edge. Maybe just short of the first down, I think. There we go. I'm trying to be positive for you guys. We got a first down. We got a first down here. It's 2 first downs. This is our second best drive of the day. That's Sainstro, the cornerback out of Michigan. That's their slot corner. So if he's out, if Sainristro's out, then maybe we got to go ahead and use that. I hate to say like negatively, like use this injury to your advantage, but you should. If he's injured, we got to find a way to move. Get the slot corner now on Nabers, so let's attack. We got to figure something out here. We got to get some points in this damn board. Let's see. Here we go. 1st and 10. Ball is about the 41-yard line. And they got some time, and they're throwing it. Slayton's looking for a flag. I'm not going to try to pronounce that corner's name. Oh, he's got his all in the helmet, all in the face mask. That's got to be a call. Come on. That's got to be a call. That's ridiculous. Wow. 2nd and 10. That's ridiculous. Ray Charles is the line judge for this game. Wilson got hit, but Nabers still gets it. He still gets it. Wow. Great job by Nabers. Great job by Nabers. Ever get the applause from Nabers too, because god damn it, that's a bowler move right there. Look at this. He saw it, comes back to it. Great play. Great play. And Nabers, you got to give kudos, but also Russell Wilson taking that hit. He knew he was going to take that hit. So ball's now about the 38-yard line. Scattaboo in. Scattaboo. Fake it to Scattaboo. Rolling out Russell Wilson. Tossing it deep. Flags. Nabers, it was in the Nabers was the guy going for it. Let's see. Sanders still was back in, by the way, on that. Let's see. Be nice for a pass interference call. Russell Wilson moving out, though, is interesting. Maybe that's what we got to do. We got to move him, I think. And it's hard. I know he's not as fast as he used to be. They're saying defensive hold is going to be. That's first down for the Giants if that's the case. Let's see the replay. Yep, prior to the pass, holding on the defense number 2. So that's Marshawn Lattimore, by the way. First down. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. There it is on Slayton. Oh, yeah, that's obvious. And Slayton had it. Slayton would have beat him if he hadn't done that. So Commanders fans can't even complain he made that move. All right, here we go. First and 10 again. Horse pressure. Wide open. Theo Johnson finally catches the ball. There's a flag, though. There's a flag, though. No flag. Theo Johnson finally catches the goddamn ball. Holding. Come on. James Hudson. Can we get this schmuck out of the game already? I'm trying to be nice to say schmuck instead of what I want to say. He is horrendous. Absolutely goddamn horrendous. Look at that. Armstrong still beat him even while being held. Andrew Thomas, come on in for week 2. We need you. God damn it. Yeah, actually, I'll go agree with Brady on the broadcast there. I wouldn't even. I take back what I said about him on that play. That's not even a hold on Hudson. Probably the refs are wearing burgundy and gold today. Wilson, throw it up deep. Oh, Nabers went for it, being guarded by Trey Amos, the rookie corner out of Ole Miss. But listen, we took the shot. I'll take it. Take the shot. That was close, and I can't even blame Nabers in that. It was underthrown. He had a corner in the area. If anybody could have got to be Nabers, but all right, 2nd and 20, guys. Let's see, shotgun formation. Wilson shovels it over to Scattaboo. Scattaboo. But good job by Wilson getting the ball out though on that. It's got to be a rough for him mentally this whole game. People around him all the time. So 3rd and 13. Here we go. Let's get this first down. Come on. Here we go. Oh my God. Russell Wilson was in trouble, went to move out, went to throw it out to Tracy in the flat. They're in pain. Was there, bounced right off of him. Oh my gosh. Wow. This is, that would not have been a good throw pass, and there's no good outcome in that play. God damn. Giants are to go for the field goal though. Assuming they get the field goal here, that put them at 6 points, puts them down by 8, which is technically a 1-score game. 55 yards for Gano. Good. There we go. At least down by just one score now. We're at least down by 1 score now. I know that's crazy to celebrate because we shouldn't be celebrating right now, but it's a 1-score game. This is the problem. Sometimes you leave a team in. Sometimes they just do just enough to get it. So let's see. That's pretty good. We got points at least. Let's see here. Jason knows Scattaboo is gonna GWT, a million concussion, gonna get. I think you mean a million concussions. He runs with his head down. Yes. He's gonna have a short career if he keeps playing the way he plays. But I think we also need to go back in this play and realize also that the refs did us no favors whatsoever, and I think caused a lot of the issues with this as well. There's that obvious face mask penalty that didn't get called. There's a couple just the holding penalty that did get called that shouldn't have gotten called. So I think the refs definitely were helping the Commanders in this drive. All right, here we go. On the return. Oh, good return. Commanders going to start the ball there about the almost to the 40. Luke McCaffrey gets the return, by the way. That is the brother of Christian McCaffrey, the son of Ed McCaffrey. So let's see the defense. I think the defense got to help the offense here. That's a shame I say that, but the defense got to help the offense here and get a turnover. Give us some good field position here. Like, again, as much as we're not always happy with the defense is doing, the Commanders have 14 points, guys. I can't really sit there and flip out right now. All right, first down. And it's going to be a run. And oh my gosh, they're all over the place. Kayvon, Abdul Carter. Woo. That's multiple yards lost there. Let's see here. Yep, Thibodeau on it. Carter on the cleanup. Helmet came off even. Goddamn. Dexter Lawrence also clogging up the middle there. So that's 4-yard loss in that run, guys. That should be counting as, I feel like it should count as a sack once it's more than 3 yards lost on a run play. All right, here we go. Dexter Lawrence, by the way, was on the outside in that. And there's a flag down. Ertz being held down the field, they're saying. But Dexter Lawrence, if you saw in that play, was actually coming on the outside. They used him on the outside this time, moved him around, and he was getting there. That's Newman on the 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. This is why Holland's supposed to be there on him. Newman should be a center fielder. As Jay says, we suck. Oh my God. Backbreaker. Yeah. First and 10 at the 40 now. Good Carter with the spin moves. But Deebo Samuel is open on the outside there. He gets about 3-4 yards. Probably going to get 4. So that'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. There we go. So let's see if we can do something here. These spin moves on Abdul Carter on that last play, though. Guy was spinning around like a freaking dryer. All right, 2nd and 6. And here we go. Oh, they sent the corner, Drew Phillips. That forced Daniels to move. He's going to be short of the first down, but he got yards. Probably about 5 yards in that. So we're going to have a 3rd and 1, I think. As we're going to be getting into the 4th quarter here in a minute. They're trying to get that snap off. 1 second. Okay. Nope. All right. Let's take a look here. Jason, haven't heard Dexter or Okereke much at all today. No, Dexter Lawrence, so you're seeing it. If you've watched him specifically, you're seeing it. It's just he's getting close and pushing him, but he's not getting to him. Jason Carter can ball. We need a fat guy for a defensive tackle. Yeah. That'd be nice. Someone to pair Dexter Lawrence with. I've been saying that for a while. I was hoping Darius Alexander, who's not even active for the game today, which tells you how good he's been doing. You know, even if he's still fighting off that injury, he'd still be on the active roster if he was doing anything decent. So, like I said, not great. Not great, that's for sure. So, all right, let's see where we're at with the rest of these games here, guys. Give you the rundown. So you got 30-0 Colts against the Dolphins, which again, if you're all excited about Daniel Jones and the Colts right now as a Giant fan, remember, Dolphins haven't scored a damn thing. They suck. Steelers up right now, 31-26 on the Jets, by the way. So that's been a high-scoring game. The Jaguars apparently finally stopped lightning in Jacksonville. So Jaguars are up right now 10-3. You got the Cardinals still up 20-10 on the Saints. You got the let's see, oops, hit a wrong button here. You got the Bengals up 1 point right now on the Browns with 9.5 minutes left to go in that game. You got the Bucks up 17-13 on the Falcons, and you got the 17-10. The Raiders are up on the Patriots right now as well. So, like I said, we'll have to see what happens here. As Ludonomics says, 3 early turnovers for the Colts D. Thank you for that, man, because that's definitely a big difference maker. Like I said, I'm not counting that as anything positive at all. By the way, the Dolphins did get just 8 points, but yeah, I'm not counting anything positive with Daniel Jones in that whole thing. He's 21 of 28, 257, 1 touchdown. He scored 30 points, he has 1 touchdown. And that just tells you right there what's going on. You got, let's see, field goal, then Daniel Jones touchdown. Okay, Daniel Jones ran for a touchdown, so he does get a rushing touchdown. And another running. Okay, I take back that. I got to look at that. Like I said, because that's 3 touchdowns. He gets actually just 2 rushing. So good job. Like I said, I'm not rooting against Daniel Jones though. I won't be that guy. Like you know, they say once a giant, always a giant. I'm gonna qualify Daniel Jones in that. Was he not good for us? Yes, but he still was. He still was a guy who tried hard, didn't do anything wrong by the team. As Jussel hit DJ, she had 3 total touchdowns. Yep, like I said, I'm clarifying that once I looked at the box score fully. Quick throw out. Drew Phillips. Oh, gets the tackle on Deebo Samuel. Brings the fat boy Slim down. There we go. 4th down. Like I said, guys, this defense is doing its thing now. Rough start, but there we go. Look at that. That's a perfect coverage. Perfect down. Forcing another punt down. So the Giants will get the ball back. Giants will get the ball back now with being down by 1 score. As crappy as they played, that is insanity. That's even a conversation we're going to have here, guys. Absolute insanity. So high punt as you'd expect with that. Krzyzewski's going to pick it up around the 8, get it down to about the 12, 13. He knew it wasn't going to go back to the end zone. So here we go. Let's see here. As Jay says, it's a QB league and they have DJ. Stop. And then Jay says, Drew, beautiful. Not true. He clarified he meant the other Drew. I know you're thinking, you always think that I'm beautiful. I appreciate that, Jay. It says, looks like Charles Woodson right there. I mean, I won't go that far, but it says down 1 score. There we go. Down 1 score, guys. Let's see. Let's get a little positivity.
All hail the New York Giants.
A little bit of positivity. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line. Not good scoring, not good starting position, that's for sure, to try to score, but we're going to go for it. Russ got time. Throw it deep to Nabers, who's got it. And there's a flag on top of that. Trey Amos on him again. Holding call as well, being declined. Being held and still got the damn thing. This guy's a beast. Put your damn mouthpiece in, though. Unless he wants some more grills. Oh, perfect. Perfect catch. Look at the way he got his hands, guys. Every single time. It's not this. It's not that. It's this. You only basket it when it's low. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. Russ going to run for his life a little, but he's going to get some yardage. He's going to get some yardage big time there. Does the John Elway slide. We're down to the 45-yard line. Here we go, guys. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a win.
The New York Giants.
I don't know why I'm being so positive right now. Let's get this. 1st and 10. Ball's about the 43-yard line. Telling you, being a Giants fan, make you look bipolar all the time. Russell Wilson in there. He's got some time this time. He got all the time in the world, guys. He's throwing it just deep out. As they're replaying what's going on with the Steelers and the Jets there, and showing Aaron Rodgers sort of his 4th touchdown. Woo. 4 touchdown day for Rodgers. We can't get one yet. There you go. I'm back to negative C. All right, guys. Here we go. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. tight on the formation on the right side too. He's going for it. Tracy, little shovel pass there. Going to get about 6-7 yards there. I'll take that. Keep it a short 3rd down. 3rd and 4, yeah, so 6 yards. I'll take a 3rd and 4. That's legitimate. But if you look, Russell Wilson's had time. Brady talking about the fact that Giants haven't given a turnover, which I'll give him that. That's kudos. 3rd and 4. Here we go. And they're sending it. He's got time. Oh, it's just totally like, oh my God, totally jinxed him. So Tracy catches the ball, pops it off, ball hits the ground. Okay, now they're saying not a catch. I was gonna say I didn't think he had a. Let's see. Tracy's got it. I don't know about that one. I can't see their angle. Incomplete, they're saying. So 4th and 4. He's trying to turn it, and then it sort of popped out. So yeah, that's not a catch. It isn't complete. I thought at first it was too, but let's see. 4th and 4. The Giants going to go for it, I think. No, they're going to punt it. Damn it! Have some balls. Do it. Day ball. Turn it to no ball. All right, here we go. We're punting it. Pin him deep, at least. Get the offense a chance to get some decent. I feel like Scottish Hammer is the old Scottish Hammer right now. He's kicking the ball at the back of the end zone every single time. There's an art to hang time. There's an art to kicking it out the ends at the side at that point. He's kicking the ball right to the back of the end zone almost every time. A little frustrating to watch, that's for sure, because when the offense is having such trouble scoring, starting the defense deep would help. Now, if the defense does its job, get the offense, get the ball back at that point there in better spot, you know. Jason, I would go for it. He says, now they get a field goal and crush us. Yeah, I mean, a field goal puts it back to 2 scores. Plus, one of the scores has to be a touchdown with the 2-point conversion. And that's definitely going to be more difficult to come back from. So, but at least we saw some life out of the offense. That's, like I said, that's the second best drive we've had basically all day long. The last 2 drives, we've had at least a couple first downs. I mean, I guess improvement. And I'm trying to be positive. That's improvement. Jason, be bullish, but if the D started playing better and the offensive line is moving ball into next week, I mean the D. I feel like again we give up 14 points, guys. I feel like we can't complain about the defense right now. Granted, they got some help from the Commanders, but let's be honest, all teams make mistakes, and that's life. I can't complain about the defense. 14 points against team that averaged almost 30 last year, and got better on the offseason on offense. I can't complain about this defense. Now, again, there's 10 points that were left on the board by the Commanders. 1 to a bad throw to Jane Daniels for a would have been a touchdown. 1 on the lack of a timeout to stop the ball to get that field goal to end the first half. But again, I feel like this is a game that point blank the defense can't be talked bad about. The defense is doing good. So it's all about the offense right now. The offense not pulling their weight, which has been the story of the Giants. So, you know, nothing's going to change till we get time in that offensive line. An offensive line has to do its job. And like I said, same as last year. Once Andrew Thomas started going down, it just hasn't been the same offensive line. And that's still the same problem. You know, Marcus Bowe is somebody I'd like to see in there right now instead of James Hudson, myself personally. But I've been saying that since before kickoff. So, as Jay Sol's is a great defense is doing their job. Anthony, what's up, man? Says, guys, I'm sad. Don't get sad yet. It's week 1, and we're not out of it yet. Week 1. All right, let's see. Like I said, we need an interception or something. That's what we really need. We need a turnover. Hasn't been a turnover this whole game yet. Jaden Daniels back to pass all the time in the world. He's going to run for it. And he's probably going to get the first down a little more. Getting about 14 yards. Now you can be sad, Anthony. No kidding. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's watch the defense going to give up a touchdown here because I've been talking good about them. That'd be so the Giants. The one thing I've been nice about today. 1st and 10 here. Ball's about the 33.5-yard line here. And they're going to hand the ball off the running back, and he's going to get only about 2.5 yards. So nothing too crazy. I feel like the Commanders at this point, though, like I said, they're going to run the ball like crazy just to keep the move on the clock here. Plus, the Giants can't stop the run, so why would you not just run, take all the time off the clock? Makes all the sense in the world to do. Shotgun formation, though, for Jaden Daniels. And he has to run the ball again. And wide open here, Zach Ertz. Looks like about 13-yard gain there. A little behind him, but he made a nice adjustment. We're watching here the replay. Yeah, came back for it. Tyler Newman, I would have loved to see him pop him a little better. Again, if we're watching the replay, it's hard to see when they're doing slow-mo, but you got to pop a guy when he catches it. All right, 1st and 10 again for the Commanders here. They have the ball now about the 46-yard line. And running the ball again. And again, being stopped. Muasau on him there, about 3 yards. As I shown the all 22 stuff on specific plays. And if you look, they've got too much deep on there. Is that Holland being deep on all these big plays? Yeah. I get it. He's a safety, but he's way too deep. We're going to stop a touchdown instead of going for the play. Based on the intermediate throws they were showing there. Again, a little bit of all 22 I got a chance to see just then. All right, Jaden Daniels. All the time in the world. Now he got flushed out by Burns. There's a flag in the play. That's going to be a holding. It's got to be a holding. What else would be there in that area? Yep. The hold on Washington. Brian Burns is the goddamn beast today. I assume that's on the rookie there. Yep, Josh Connolly Jr. There we go. At least that helps take away some of the momentum for the Commanders right now. 2nd and 17. All right, here we go. Ball about the 40. And the Commanders 40, I should specify. We're getting close to midfield action here. A lot of talk of the line here. Going to be a design quarterback run, and he's going to get some yards here. Not a first down, but he's going to get a good chunk of that back. Probably about 5 yards left. I think about 12 yards in that. Find out what they call it here, but Anthony says we have 4 good pass rushers. Why are they not all in the field together? It's a good question. I mean, there's cycling them though. Again, I can't complain about the defense right now. Let's be honest, Jaden Daniels is the problem right now. He's just tearing us. He's a good quarterback. I said it when the draft came around. We said he's better than Caleb Williams, and he's shown. 4-man rush, got time in the world, and Deebo Samuel on Javon Holland. Another first down. I mean, he was wide open. So, yeah, not good, guys. How are the Colts doing? I'm kidding. All right, 1st and 10, guys. 1st and 10. There's Thibodeau. There's Dexter Lawrence. There's Brian Burns. I do not see Abdul Kara, but they're moving the camera around pretty quickly. It's the overhead view. as Commanders use their final timeout. They're out of timeouts, guys. Remember that. Because if we stop them here somehow, and then the Commanders need a timeout later on, they have no more timeouts. Again, Dan Quinn's been very, very aggressive. Almost playing like a rookie head coach with these timeouts right now. I know some of them have been miscommunication on the field and stuff too, though, but that's not what you expect. So, putting icing on the cake and watching the Giants lose, then they show hype videos of the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. It's great. Appreciate it, schmucks. All right, so ball's right around the 30-yard line, by the way, guys. So they're already kind of in position to go for that field goal. Okay, so here we go. 1st and 10. Time for an interception. Come on, guys. Daniels wide open. Deebo Samuel again, but just a little bit off on the throw. There we go. As they're showing it there. Yep. Ay. Giants keep winning these luck calls sometimes, like that, where it's just a little bit off. There's so many times where they could, like I said, I'm trying not to be too negative on the defense because the offense is just pitiful, but movement up front, that's for sure. There we go. So 5-yard penalty. So that's Austin Eckler, by the way, on that. So at least that helps push them harder out of the field goal range there. All right, here we go. Second and 15, guys. Pressure coming. It's going to be out to Eckler, though. He's making a couple of moves, and there we go. He spins. Got the first down. God damn it. Austin Eckler just being a freaking beast there. Great shiftiness. And this is that. I feel like that's the knife right there. Like that's the end of it. That's the feeling I got right now. How about you guys? I feel like that's probably the end of the game right there, guys. Barring something crazy. I mean, what are we supposed to expect the Giants to score 2 times with 7.5 minutes left when all they've done is put up 2 field goals? Not good, that's for sure. And the Commanders, if they're smart, which I see there's no delay game, it's close. End around by Samuel. He's going to get the touchdown. He's got the touchdown. Well, that's the game, guys. Wow. Well then, post-game show not gonna be so much fun, huh? But by the way, the post-game show will be right after the game. Oh my gosh. After all the trash talk we did about Deebo Samuel, he's the guy crushing us. Absolutely crushing us right now. Let's see. He's now sitting at. See if they got him. They don't have him showing with a touchdown yet. So they haven't updated his score. He's close to 100 yards now on us. And that's just from the receiving standpoint. So, oof. But, yeah, guys, that's. I love to sit and tell you that we got. Here we go. Let's get hyped up. Let's go. But 7 minutes left. We're down at this point now by 15 points. We got to get 2 touchdowns, including a 2-point conversion. And we got to do that within the next 7 minutes when we put up 6 points all day. So I think this was definitely a coming to Jesus moment for Giant fans. But again, the season's not over. I don't want to go to that negativity, but we've said before on this show plenty of times, when Andrew Thomas cannot play, this is a different offensive line. And that's the problem you're seeing. Without Andrew Thomas, this is a different offensive line. We cannot get a damn thing going in offense. Not good. This is more the same for the Giants. And Russell Wilson hasn't looked good today, but I'm not putting it on him. It's on the offensive line. You know, he's 14 to 28, 130 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. As Jay says, we suck. Well, we suck today. We suck today. Let's see if we can maybe try to get a quick touchdown here, which I can't believe I'm suggesting, and see if we can try to keep this back into being the game again. Because the scary thing is, it's still not really over. It's just hard to be optimistic. You know, Jay says thanks to Drew for being an honest content creator. Others were selling bullshit for 7 months. Yep. Like I said, I was trying to be optimistic going into this season, but there's a lot we're counting on. A lot we were counting on. We're counting on an offensive line to be good that we didn't do a damn thing to, except add some backups. We're counting on a pass rush to be elite with adding just a rookie. And I'll give them the pass rush. The pass looked good today. We're counting on a secondary to be great. When what we did is add 2 players, one coming off his worst year of his career and one coming off a broken leg. You know, this is all stuff Rob and I have been saying all goddamn offseason. We want to be positive, but we got to be realistic as well. We got to be realistic. So let me refresh, see where we're at here. Get the rest of these games, give you a heads up what's going on. So final today, 33-8. Colts over the Dolphins. Right now, the Jets have pulled it up now to where they're 1-point lead right now, 4:42 left on the Steelers. Halftime finally for the Jaguars and Panthers. Jaguars up 20-3. So they're definitely doing their thing. Kickoff here. I'll give you guys the rest as we go. Back in the end zone there for that kickoff. So we got the Buccaneers up 17-13 right now on the Falcons. Bengals up 1 point still with 1 minute 20 seconds left to go on the Browns, 17-16. And the Raiders are up 20-10 on the Patriots there. 2-minute warning at that point there. So, whew. Let's see here. As Anthony says, no, I'm no longer excited for the season. It's still a long way to go, guys. Though it's also a really long way to go schedule-wise. So let's see here. I'll give you guys the rest of it in a second. I got snap here to Russell Wilson to fake a toss, run for his life, basically. So he's had to do most of this game. Gets about 8 yards. And oh my God, is he slow, by the way? Oh, he's running so slow. It's not even funny. I feel like he's so short that guys can't see them. It's not he's outrunning people. No one can know where he's at because he's so slow and so short. You can't. Where'd he go? Jace is being a Giants fan. It's like I have a kid who's a drug addict. Yeah. Let's see. We got a run here by Tracy. Trying to spin. Gets about 2 yards. We're gonna have a third and maybe 1 left here to go. Jay says DJ all day comeback season. Oh, probably not. It's the Dolphins. Jay says, shut the F up, Drew. You know how this is going to go. We'll see. It's still a long way to go. Again, Washington could end up being a great team. And maybe that's the problem is we're just facing a great team and we're an average team. We'll find out. This long way to go this season here. 3rd and 1. The bad. I wanted to blow the air horn if we get the first down here. Flag on the field. Deep to Wandale, who, of course, drops it. Because that's Wandale. Going to be a holding call on top of that, probably. This play pretty much sums up everything going on with the Giants. False start of the Giants. Let's see the replay of that drop. I want to see if that's on Wandale or if that's a good defensive play. Illegal formation. They're doing the false start thing for illegal formation. So 3rd and 6. It's on Illuminor, by the way. Jay says there'd be more Giants if he were to catch it. Yeah. Oh, gosh. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. Got a second opportunity here. Another chance to drop the ball. Here we go. Russell Wilson with time. Wide open, Rondell Robinson that time, and he gets it. I got to still do it, guys. I got to still do it. I got to do it. We got the first down. Still not over yet, technically. It's really over, but that's a really good catch by a T-Rex arm there. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Ball at the 41-yard line. Russ Wilson flushed out to the right-hand side. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to get a couple yards and run it out. Smart play. This hide and seek champ, kind of nice today. Talk about Wan'Dale Robinson. Yeah. I mean, he's probably been the second best player in the offense to Nabers, because Nabers quietly has had a good day himself there, especially given the issues the offense is having there, as Nabers is 71 yards. All right. 2nd and 7. So our line is ass. Yes, it is. 2nd and 7. Here we go. Shotgun formation is going to be the way it's going to be pretty much the whole rest of the day. Russell Wilson trying to get out, throws it away. Would have gotten hit otherwise. I got to say, Russell Wilson, though, has been throwing the ball away, and so often the Commanders point blank should have so many more freaking sacks. It's not even funny. No run game, no time to pass. Offensive line, guys. Offensive line. All right, 3rd and 7. That's a weird break in the huddle. Was Slayton, Wan'Dale Robinson and Nabers both got out of the huddle before it even ended, it looked like. 3rd and 7. Here we go. Wilson trouble, quick shovel to Tracy. Going to be about 2 yards short of it. Giants will go for it on 4th and 2 here. But yeah, this offensive line, guys. Woo, need Andrew Thomas in here. I'm hoping he's good to go next week. Jay says JMS is dependable as Rob during restaurant week. Listen, Rob will be there for restaurant week. Don't you worry. He will 100% be there. He says, I hate Russ, but he's trying. It's a tough situation. Damn straight. You know what's bad when Jay feels bad for Russ? All right. 4th and 2. Here we go. Blitz, big time. Just tossing it up. Intercepted. Flag on the play. But interception. And all this has been tackled, broken like crazy. Ran back to about the 45-yard line. But let's see what the flag is. Let's see. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. There we go. 15-yard penalty, guys. You know what that means? First down. First down, guys. Not the way you wanted to get it, but that is actually, I got to say that at one play is for us there. Let me see that. There was no helmet to helmet of that. He just definitely forced me out of the ground. I think he was trying to push to stop. No, because he put his hand on the helmet, and that's the problem. I got it. But if you look, I think he was trying to stop him getting helmet to helmet. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. I thought they were showing some with Nabers going to the sidelines, them trying to stop him too. All right, here we go. 1 yard. Jay said, you suck, man. Celebrating first down with the penalties. Damn straight. I got to celebrate something. Man. We're in this together. We got to celebrate something. It's the little things. All right, here we go. 2nd and 9. Ball's about the 17-yard line. Here we go. Oh, is that a catch? Nice catch. Daniel Bellinger into his house. Daniel Bellinger. First down on the 3-yard line, guys. So got 3 minutes left in this game, though. So there's no way in hell we're getting this ball back in a second one. But at least let's get something positive. Here we go. Russell Wilson got some time. Just tossing it out of there, back of the end zone. Second and goal. Jason's doormats. Russ is like Willie Mays of the Mets. I gotta feel bad for him. I think he probably played a little bit better with actual time in the pocket. Second and goal. Wandale going off the left-hand side. Wilson beat down at the line, but the ball is. Ugh. Jason, Drew, do you think we're better off over the course of the season or chronologically screwed? Honestly, I hate to say this. I'm gonna put fuel to the fire. I'm not trying to put this on Russell Wilson. I think if we had Jackson Dart, we played better because the ball wouldn't get bat down like that. He'd be moving around the pocket better. But I'm not saying Russ is the problem. I just think Jackson Dart is better equipped right now with the way the offensive line is playing. That being said, I don't want to put Dart in there with this line. Third down. And tossing it up. Incomplete to Nabers in the back of the corner there. Ball just knocked out. Fourth and goal, guys. There's Jackson Dart, your saver, Jay. As they show him. All right, fourth and goal. Again, ball about the 3-yard line here. He's got 3 yards to go. Russell Wilson moving to the right side, making some adjustments with the players there. Got Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, Wandale Robinson, Malik Nabers all there. And incomplete. Threw it to Wandale Robinson. He didn't put his hands up for it. Wow. I want to replay that. Here we go. Get your damn hands up, Wandale. Hands. As Mac the Giants fan, can you imagine being a rookie behind this line? No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not suggesting him. I'm just saying I think he'd do better than Russell Wilson because of the mobility. I don't want it, though. I'm not advocating for it, just to be clear. Jay says, yeah, I'm good with sitting Dart until Thomas comes back. Damn straight. Thomas comes out, you put Russell Wilson back in there. 1-year rental. Oh my God. It's the crazy part is like I'm so used to losing as a Giants fan that it's like I'm pissed, don't get me wrong. But it used to be I'd be freaking livid. I'm just so used to it. I'm like numb to it now. How sad is that? How goddamn sad is that? All right. Here we go. Commander's trying to run it. And they're asking what to do is keep run. Second down. That's crazy. 13 plays was within the 10-yard line, guys, they said. All right, let's see here. As Nabers got the towel on his head, that pretty much sums it up. Jason, I turned the game off watching Steelers and Bucks now. He says, F this trash. Yeah. You're honestly, you're better off watching that. Be happier, that's for sure. Got close games there. 2 close games. Bengals did beat out the Browns, by the way. 1-point win for them. As running it and breaking open. Oh my gosh. Big run. Big run given up by the Giants. They're out to midfield. At this point, everybody knows the game's over. Let's be honest. This failed worse than Rob's last diet plan. They didn't cover. Let's see other finals. We got anything else today? Final yet so far? just final, I think, is the Raiders beating the Patriots 20-13. Got 2 minutes left still in that Bucks Falcons game. Cardinals officially won 20-13. You got the Steelers back up on the Jets 34-32. That's 30 seconds left. It looks like the Jets had the ball. I don't know where, unfortunately, because I'm on the line with all the scores. All right, first down for the Commanders, as if it even matters anymore. Yeah, they're just doing what they want. Just doing what they want now. You can tell the defense is not even trying anymore. To be honest, they're not even trying. Giants using the timeout as if it matters. I am going to try to continue refreshing to give you guys more finalized scores when they come in. The big one to watch right now is the Jets and the Steelers. See what's going on there. Got looks like 25 seconds left on that one there. Guys, remember at the end of the game here, we'll go to our post-game coverage. Again, that's going to be on a different video because we're going to have my co-host Rob with us. We're also going to have Coach Chris Powell on to talk about the Commanders as well. So we have coverage from both there. But like I said, that's going to be on a different video. So if you're on YouTube, which is the preferred platform, it should lead you right to that link to go there. We'll be off for like 5 minutes just to give me a little bit of a bathroom break and a water break there, guys. But otherwise, we'll be right back on. All right, 1st and 10 for the Commanders at the 40-yard line. And run it again. This time, the Giants actually stop him for a 2-yard gain. As Jason's, the Commanders didn't even play well and beat our ass. Yeah. I mean, they played well in defense, you could say. And that's part of the problem. Again, like I said, we didn't think the Commanders' defense was necessarily going to be great this year. But for all we know, it turns into a great defense this year. So again, I'm not trying to cover up for the Giants. You know me better than that, Jay. I'm not trying to play that kind of BS game. But when it boils down to it is, I can't give up on this team because of one bad game. I really can't. But it's not looking good. That's for damn sure. As Mike says, deja vu. Yes, that's what it definitely seems like. A little deja vu. Again, just it looks like a great team against a bad team. It looks like 100%. And again, I'm not even getting mad at the defense. Even the defense gives another touchdown here. I'm not mad at the defense. It's 100% the offense. 100% the offense. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8. And another run, another first down. So, 2-minute warning. That'll end this game, finally. Steelers, by the way, guys, did beat the Jets today. 34-32. So, as we're, again, down to the 2-minute warning here, guys. Jay says you should just change your channel to a soccer content creator. I don't even like soccer. I can't do that. Listen, win, lose, and a lot of losing, obviously. We're staying true blue to the Giants there. Jay says fire Shame and Dable. One game. Way too early. Jay says I would kind of go against the grain and would fire Shame first. Honestly, I would fire if they're gonna fire one. And again, way too early to have that conversation early, but we'll have it. I'd fire Dable. We all like what Shane's done the last couple of years drafting wise and all. Jason's been 3 seasons. It's been 4 seasons now, technically. But I'm saying I'm not going to make a rash decision after 1 week into the season. You decided not to fire Shane and Dable into the offseason. You can't go ahead and make that change after 1 week. You can't. You have to write it out now, see what happens. What it is. Jay says, what has Shane done? He's gone ahead and gotten a couple good draft classes. What happens if Thomas comes back and the line starts playing better? And let's say they put Dart in there and Dart looks really good and the Giants start winning games and end up even 500 this season. You'll be happy. Way too early after 1 week to call for any firing. This is BS hype. We'll see. Jay says, does he even get some great gems that not in top 5? And he says, if get the F out of here. I guess I'm with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. I don't know what's going to happen. Do I have positive feelings about this season? No. Should anyone have positive feelings about the season? No. But it is what it is right now. You know, I mean, we look really bad in this game. And hopefully that's not the way we look the whole season. That's all I can say right now. You know, and we got to get something going with this offense. That's for goddamn sure. But this is not look good today. This is about as bad a start as it got for the offense. Defense did their job, though. Again, I'm not going to knock the defense. They did their job. You know, I'm not expecting, you know, them to shut down the Commanders. You know, when this offense can't put up any points, you can't blame the defense for giving up some points. That's what they did. They gave up some points. You know, they gave up 21 points. They could have given up 31 if the Commanders did their thing right, but every team has issues. Jason, 37 to a quarterback and running back, a weak offensive line. Yeah, boy, we bullish. Again, I'm not saying I'm bullish. So that's where I'm at, though. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna call it one for this year on the telecast here, guys. Again, we're gonna be going on to the post game show, so follow us there. We'll be there in a minute here with Rob. We'll be on with us and Coach Chris Powell talking about the Commanders as well. So again, guys, we'll be back there on that post game show there with you shortly, guys. So see you there.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.